I'm a happy camper. I love the summer sun.
That's a perfect entrance for this show.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, you can't tell from our voices. We are recording remotely because my
It got
beautiful
me.
it
It
got
got
her. It got me.
me. Got me. I'm going down. They got me.
My beautiful co-host has the vid. But we didn't want to miss out bringing you a fantastic episode.
Absolutely.
So Ween is soldiering on
yes.
like the most amazing woman that she is.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
My dear, what are we doing today?
We're doing Sleepaway Camp 1 and 2.
Woo! Unhappy campers.
Oh, I know. I loved that subtitle, or what do you call it? Like part of the
subtitle.
Part of the title.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sleepaway Camp 2. Unhappy.
Colon. Unhappy campers. Yeah. Unhappy campers.
But before we get into all that, Miss Ray.
Yes.
What tickled your pickle this week?
Well, okay, so I went on a long diatribe last night and recording CLBC.
Yeah.
My bright spot is the same as it will be correct currently. And it's funny that you bring up pickles because my bright spot is about pickles.
Is it?
Yes.
Are you making pickles?
No.
Damn it.
I love fucking pickles. Wait. That sounded bad. I fucking love pickles. There we go. Let's put that verb in the right place.
Take two.
Yeah. Because I don't like the other thing. Okay. Anyhow, let's just say I'd enjoy a pickle. And I found this website. I don't know what, because excuse me, we went into shutdown completely. Long story short, everyone was drinking more. And no one's ever stopped. But
wait a minute.
What? Flying?
Alcoholic pickle juice?
Hold on.
Where this is going?
No.
Okay.
No.
Jumping way ahead. Sorry.
Flying Dog Brewery had a pickle beer. And it was a seasonal, and they only had it was a limited supply. It was delicious.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And was it like a sour beer?
Yeah, it was a goes. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah. And so
interesting.
Loved it, fell in love with it, drank all that I could find of it. And so did Urban Artifact also had a pickle. They had two different kind of pickle beers. Weren't as good. So I found that I love a sour beer, like a goes with pickle taste.
Yeah.
I was making my own brine. And I'm like, this is hard. Because I really like I like Clausen pickles. Like the brine.
Hard, guys. It's really hard to do.
So I was like, I just wonder if you could buy brine. Guess what? You can. You can. So two things. I discovered two things. First was Lewis Black taught me something fantastic because a lot of people hate
many things.
He's taught me many things, but on his rantcast, he has had many rants about that people have sent him about pickles. People hate pickles for some reason. He doesn't understand. And he says, and you all don't know the beauty that we Jewish people know is called the half sour and the full sour pickle. And I'm like, he's like, because you all think you're great with this kosher dill. It's kosher dill ain't shit. Until you have a half sour or a full sour pickle, you will never you'll come to Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, Picklelicious is the website that I found. Picklelicious sells not only half and full sour pickles, they sell full and half sour brine.
Nice.
And you can buy it by the quart, half gallon, and gallon.
That's amazing.
So I had myself my first full sour pickle and full sour brine, and I fell in love.
Oh, that's great. I'll have to try some.
Oh my God, they're so good. I mean, and
I love pickles. I grew up like my parents used to dill their own pickles. They would grow cucumbers, little cukes. And I remember I was in first grade. There was summer after first grade, and I had bet a girl in the neighborhood, and we were instantly friends because we had the same birthday.
Oh.
So it was like, oh, cool. Now we're friends, I guess. But that's how kids. And we would ride our bikes all around the neighborhood and raid the little brining basin
Yeah.
of pickles, and we'd sneak in there and eat pickles during the summer. It was fun.
Yeah.
They had the best pickles.
My grandma used to do the same, very much the same. We'd grow the cucumbers, and I do not, however, like sweet pickles. You can get those the fuck away from me. Do not like sweet or bread and butter. Get them out of here.
No, I don't either. Yeah, I like good old sour, like pinch your cheeks kind of sour pickles.
Yeah. I mean,
that's
amazing. And if you're like needing like, hey, so you can also brine chicken in the pickle brine. I've had chicken cooked like that.
That's what it's for. Yeah.
Yeah. Father of the brine. That's the Bob's Burgers joke. Anyhow, that is my pickle tickle. It's actually Picklelicious. I will link to the site in the description.
That's awesome. Yeah, pickles.
Wayne.
No.
I know this is gonna be hard for you. What?
I thought about
kind of just gave like a slither of a hand up a pickle for you. It wasn't a tickle. What stimulated a pickle?
Look, it's been a couple weeks.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. There are a lot of but that's the point of this, right? I thought about this before we started recording. I thought about this for about a half an hour, if you would believe it.
Wow.
I was like, what am I going to say? Absolutely everything sucked the last 2 weeks. Between the 4th of July fireworks that all 18 of my neighbors decided to have a show of their own, and the vid.
Yeah.
And all that. And then I was like, you know what? I got one. Just now thought of it.
Okay.
My pickle tickle, honest to God, is you, my mom, and my neighbor for bringing provisions while I'm sick.
Oh, yay.
You guys are the fucking best.
Oh.
I mean, my mommy will always be, because she's my mom.
Because it's your mom. Right.
She brought me soup. This awesome like garden vegetable soup that's like tomato sauce based.
Yeah.
It's my favorite that she makes. And it's just, she's like, I mean, there's cabbage in it, there's zucchini, like it's just vegetables. And she's like, it tastes like almost nothing, but it doesn't matter. It's like really refreshing for some reason. It's just full of vegetables. And Miss Ray dropped off some provisions for me, some very much needed electrolytes, and some Sour Patch Kids, which are the only really candy that I like.
I know. So I was like, I wanted to get you something sweet, but I was like, I know what she likes. Okay.
Yay, I love you. And then my neighbor brought me some I don't know, like they brought over a couple cans of soup just to be nice, and it was fucking awesome.
It's nice.
Yeah, so it's good. So that's my tickle pickle is
I like
the love and friendship from others.
Yay. I love you too.
I love you so much.
I love you too.
I love you.
And I've been there, so I totally get it.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah, I got to be real good friends with the delivery people for groceries.
Yeah.
Because I got it, in case everyone's wondering, I got Delta when last summer, and it was where you were. And I also have compromised immune system, so for me it was pretty much I was out for a month. So I was on quarantine for a month.
It's not good.
Not good. No bueno.
And these are my tissues, right? This is what it's been tradition since I've lived on my own for whatever reason that I use toilet tissue as tissues for my nose. You know what? I don't give a fuck. If it's good enough for my ass, it's certainly good enough for my nose, and it lasts a hell of a lot longer. So fuck you.
The only thing is, though, like when there was the toilet paper shortage, I was using tissue for toilet paper. And napkins, because guess what, guys, that wasn't a fucking symptom. Exploding diarrhea is not a symptom of COVID.
Well, but people didn't want to have to run out for anything. That's why there was a shortage.
No, it wasn't. As soon as anything happens, people go buy toilet paper
and bottled water. Yes.
and bottled water. Yeah.
It's like, but we have that out of the sink. Okay.
Yeah.
We just need a cup. Okay.
If you really want it filtered, get yourself one of those what are those things called? I really can't think of the strength of that's not Dasani. Whatever. Anywho,
pure thing.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway,
let's talk about
any hoozlebees.
Sleepaway Camp.
Yes. Do we need to take a?
We're gonna take a brief respite. And be back into.
That's how the English say it. Fuck those people. I'm sorry.
Although
got me all pissy.
I'm telling you though, I seriously was like, "You want us back? Well, can we come back? I'd like to come back. I'd like to. You have so many rights over there that I don't have.
How about that? Oh, yeah.
Anywho, all right. So we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about Sleepaway Camp.
Let's do it.
Okay.
And we're back.
We're back, bitches.
Welcome back to the Booze, Boobs, and Blood horror podcast, where we watch and review the good, bad, and the ugly horror movies, so you don't have to. What do you think of that? Do you like it?
I like it. I like it. And this one, it's definitely on that line of, it's a little ugly, but it's enjoyable.
But it's fun. But it's fun.
It was very fun. I enjoyed both of them. I have to say, I actually might have enjoyed 2 a little bit more. Just because it was like, hey, camp, I'm gonna ratchet you up to 11, bitch, and
right, because you already know what you like by the sequels, and that's why there are so many sequels to all these kinds of movies. It's like you already know what you're in for, so it's just way more fun. Like, who cares about plot? Plot schmott. Let's just fucking kill teenagers. Great.
Yeah, and a lot more boobs too.
Reminds me of the scene in 2 when they're like, when everybody's blindfolded and like putting their hands in.
Yeah, it's a teenager's brain.
Wait, what is that? Really? It's a teenager's brain. So good.
I laughed my ass off. There were a couple things that I did that laugh out.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and that was I think for both of these movies, I've seen Sleepaway Camp on way more, way more than Sleepaway Camp 2. But I know I've seen 2 at least a couple times, 2 or 3 times.
Oh, so, really? I had never seen 2.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. So let's talk a little bit about the production of this wonderful movie from 1983. So we have Felissa Rose, who was in fact 13 at the time of the shoot.
She's a cute little girl.
I have a note about that. I was like, wait, what? But how the other campers treat her. She's bullied.
Yeah, I'm like, why?
She's no way. All those talk. Exactly. I was like, all those boys would be all over her, and because she doesn't talk, that would have been even better for them. They would have liked her a lot more if she didn't.
Well, we'll get to that.
Yup.
She's definitely predator material, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. So, Jonathan Tiersten, who plays her cousin Ricky, and Felissa dated.
Cute.
Yeah, they
when they were kids or later
during he was 17, which blew me away. I was like, he was 17. They look around the same age. He looks young.
Yeah, he looked like 14 to me.
Everybody else in this fucking movie looked about 72, but he looked like he and Paul were to me look like good casting, age appropriate casting. But that Judy, I wrote, I'm like, is she 45 years old?
Honestly, she looked my age. Damn.
Yeah, I was like, the fuck? So
how old was she?
I don't know. It does not say how old she was, but it's really interesting. Her and Meg and Angela actually got along really well. They were actually friends on the shoot, so that she was probably
their age.
From what I read is that they did try to find. Studios usually cast actors 18 and older who look younger because of restrictions on using actors under 18 for extended hours. So Judy was probably close to or 18 at the time, probably. Some of these people were definitely actually. Judy might have a birth date.
I'm looking at I was looking up that actress, and
Mhm.
there's an unrated 2014 16-minute short
Yes,
of
of
Judy.
Judy's return to Sleepaway Camp. Yep.
Karen Fields reprises her role as unhappy camper Judy in the short film. Oh my god, I have to see that.
Um, so this and Friday the 13th also inspired Weird Al Yankovic's song "Nature Trail to Hell." Um,
Sweet.
oh yeah, so you were asking about how long did Ricky and Angela date? Developed a romance during filming, but broke up soon after. He was 17
Wow.
and she 13
It
at
was
the
a
time.
showmance.
Yeah, it was. I mean, yeah. Let's see. Young Peter. We'll tell you who Peter is later. Just know this is a little boy that plays young Peter. Is played by
Okay.
Maximo Gianfranco Sorrentino, the older brother of Mike the Situation Sorrentino of MTV's Jersey Shore fame. That's what I was holding up because I was like, I gotta tell you.
Son of a
Oh,
bitch.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Um, so there is some trivia about the actual scene what they did at the end, but we're gonna hold off on that because we don't want to spoil it right this second. Because even yep.
Hmm. Yeah.
I'm looking to see. I'm looking really quick. When teenage Angela is first seen, a quick look at her bag appears to be a reference to the original sweet transvestite Dr. Frankenfurter from the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Wait, what?
I guess her bag, the bag that she has,
Oh.
because it was really weird. They lingered on the shot of them taking those bags and picking them up and putting them on their shoulders before they left for the
Yeah.
bus.
Yeah.
So so that's their
Okay.
reference to
Yeah, I had questions about the mother.
right.
Right.
Though often billed as a slasher, only Meg dies in the film via actual stabbing. Okay, well,
Yeah, okay.
yeah. I
But
mean, I'm looking to see if there's anything else that's
it
interesting.
was plenty bloody, I think. Gruesome.
Really? I didn't think it was bloody at all. I mean, there's a lot of dummies. There's a lot of dummies.
There's a lot of dummies.
Yeah, there were. Um,
Oh, well, you're right. I get it.
oh, so when we open, well, why don't we just do this? We'll just open because I don't think there's
Okay.
anything else on here that's like
Oh, the opening.
um in memory of mom, a doer. And I wrote doing what exactly? Well,
I did.
what she was doing was unfortunately dying.
Oh
This
my god.
yeah. The director Robert Hiltzik dedicated the movie to his mother who died before production began. The financial inheritance from her death provided the bulk of the movie's funding, which he made up. I mean, like this movie did make money for him. It became a cult classic, and it did make him
Yes, it
money. So,
did.
um, immediately smash cut. I like saying that now. Smash cut to a lake in autumn. Because I mean, we
Oh
know it's
wait,
autumn because it's definitely
before
like all
that,
the trees are like red and yellows and yes.
during the credits, we're scanning over an empty camp during the credits with sounds of campers echoing throughout. Do you remember
Yeah,
that?
this is as I said, we open on a lake at the camp.
Oh,
That's
okay,
like it's in
sorry.
autumn and it's like, but yeah, there's all of a sudden these like diegetic
Voices.
voices, like I like
Yeah.
like and then they're going through the whole camp. There's
Like
nobody there.
meh, 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 like
Hmm.
camp songs or like sounds of kids playing basketball, like over here, I'm open, and
And
like
then there's like this creepy music that's coming in. It's unsettling, like sort of like,
yeah, yeah.
and it's crescendoing. And I wrote this movie music's crescendoing for no good fucking reason. Like there's no
Nope,
there.
nope.
We crescendo up to a sign of for Camp Arawak, and it is for sale. So we are seeing the aftermath of what has happened at Camp Arawak.
Indeed,
So
indeed.
all the voices we have heard are dialogue from the movie. Cool. Hey, Mom.
Recycled material. Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Mom. I'm sure you're proud.
I mean,
There are
hey,
there are 4 of
he
these
made
fucking
himself
movies.
some money. What the hell?
All right.
So
Then we get to the most
we go to
fucking
another lake.
confusing part of this whole fucking movie, which I understand it now, but it was like,
Yeah.
yep.
At another lake 8 years before.
Yep. Two little kids are on a boat with their father, who has a nice bum. He's got a real nice rear end.
He sure does.
I was
He's
like, you
nice,
just,
and he's got a
yep,
nice little nature trail. You know what I'm
he
saying?
does.
Got a nice
He was
name. Yeah.
attractive. I was feeling
Yeah. He was a hot
him.
dad.
Yep. But these
Too
Jersey
hot. Hot dad.
these Jersey accents are fucking
Oh
crazy.
my gosh, it cracked me up though. I
Oh,
loved it.
it was perfect, but it was like,
Yeah.
well, I know where we're at, definitely.
Yeah.
So then it is at this point, there are some like there's campers out on this lake, and or not campers, there's counselors. Well, there's a camper too, because they're like water skiing off of a boat, which I was like, I don't think those children should be driving a boat.
Oh,
They
well,
didn't look old enough.
the guy did, and that's why he was driving.
Yeah, well, his girlfriend wanted to drive, and this is the craziest fucking scene.
Oh my god, it's
So
so fucking what?
you get this couple driving the boat, and then this like water skier off the back of it, have a
The water
grand old time.
skier. Oh my god.
At the same time, you've got the dad and two kids, and the
Yeah.
kids they push the dad off, and he kind of like overturns the boat, and they all are in the water, and he's like, "Oh, you schemers!"
Yeah, I know, like you little rascals.
Yeah, you'd be like, "Get the fuck up to the beach, you assholes!"
You're gonna drown. This is just a scooter. Get the fuck up.
Then at the same time, then the dude's like, it tells his girlfriend, sure, just for like a second. So she gets to drive the boat. And then this other good looking dude pops up on shore and said it's 4:30 and they have to meet the dock. And then they're like, what? And then the kids are like, oh, is Ricky coming? And the one John, I think it's John. John says, who's the dad, says to the kids, no, Dr. Thomas. They say, no, Ricky's spending time with his dad. It's Dr. Thomas is Aunt Martha.
Okay.
So she's coming to meet the two gentlemen and the children.
Okay.
There's a girl and a boy.
Yeah.
It's important to know that too.
Important to note, girl and a boy.
And so they're like, you gotta come up to where they start swimming up to the shore. Well, what happens then?
Suddenly the motorboat runs over them.
that shot was it was a bit of cartoon.
It was like, I actually backed it up and watched it because I'm like, I'm not exactly sure what happened. Did he?
No.
What? Because
No.
there was like no blood.
No blood. No blood whatsoever. I mean,
killing the father, 0 blood, and the daughter. Because all you see is the dad's body.
Or a life jacket.
Yeah. All you see is the dad's body floating by and a shredded up
life jacket. Yeah.
Life jacket. And again, no blood.
Yeah.
0 blood.
So we don't know which of the children perished because there are 2.
But it is alluded to that it was the boy.
Was there a shot of the little boy swimming away?
I thought they both were.
I thought there was a shot of specifically of the boy swimming away.
Don't know.
Well, all I know is the 2 driving the boat are nonplussed that they ran over these people.
Oh, I know. They're like, oops. And the water skier is like
losing her goddamn mind. Help these people! Somebody help these people! It's kind of amazing. I apologize to anybody's ears.
I know. Zoom does cut you out at a certain pitch. So.
Yeah. Thank your balls for that. So then we go 8 years into the future. Then
title card 8 years later,
and enter the craziest fucking actress I've ever seen, outside of that bitch from Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Now, I would encourage you guys, if anybody who out there who has Stitcher Premium, listen to the How Did This Get Made episode of this movie.
Yeah.
Because June Diane Raphael, and I agree with her, she goes, they were trying to see if someone directed this actress to do this, and she's like, no, these are choices she made. Like, they're like, is she really that bad? She's like, no, these are choices. She made these choices.
She kept, it's like every bit of her dialogue was like, we wouldn't want you to be late. Pause. Looking off. with finger to the mouth. No, we would not want that, would we?
Right.
Those were all of her lines.
Yeah. How with the
All of her
chips?
dialogue was like,
Yeah. Here's some snacks for the ride up to camp. And she's like, "Is there any chips there?" Well, of course there are. I mean, it's so proper acting, but like to
I
like,
think I put chips in there.
yeah. The and I mean, as I said before with Minnie or what the fuck her name was, this actress must have gotten indigestion from all the fucking scenery that she's eaten in this scene, because
Honestly.
she's beautiful. She's absolutely gorgeous.
Oh
But
yes.
she's like, I don't know. Did you look to see if this woman done anything else?
Yes. And it was not, in fairness to her, I was pretty sure that she was trans. I was pretty sure.
The
Let's see.
picture,
Desiree Gould.
the picture that is on her IMDb with the hat on, the beret,
Yeah.
I can see it.
There are, I mean, she's done other horror films actually, not many. Let's see. She's been in 10 movies.
You know that she's in a, oh, they said special thanks. Okay, I was say.
Oh, I'm sorry, not okay. Archive.
Oh
One,
man, we
two,
might need to
three,
find
four,
Sleepaway Camp 4 because she's in that one.
5. She's been in 5 movies.
Yeah.
But again, I'm pretty sure she's trans, which is not, if anything, I think that oh, she died. She died last year.
Oh God, that's awful.
Yeah.
Let's look her up while we're keep talking. I'm gonna look her up on
I don't know this movie, Under Surveillance. That's the like trailer that keeps playing in the background
you might be
of
right.
her IMDb page, but there's nothing like ever alluded to that she's trans, which if that is true, good for her.
Yeah, I'm
Because
trying. There's a ton of pictures of her online.
oh
Not on
really?
IMDb, yeah, online. And I can't. I think you might be right.
Because like and if that's true, she got jobs as a woman. Great. Good for you.
I
Good
don't
on
know.
you. And it also kind of adds a little something to the movie, adds a little more something to the movie, I think, because this movie was also on our LGBTQ plus list.
I'm looking to see if there's anything that's talking about. Um, I don't know, and I don't. Maybe we should table that and come back to it, because I don't want to spend a lot of time, since she's not very much in this movie, but it would be interesting. Because I also don't want to do too much conjecture without knowing.
Right. Exactly. But
Yeah.
I thought it was a point to bring it up because, well, we'll get there.
Yeah,
At the
I mean,
end,
there's
we'll
it
get
adds
there.
to the layers of this movie.
It does. It really, really does. So we'll get there.
We will get there.
So Richard and Angela, Ricky and Angela are preparing to go to camp.
Angela.
As they get to camp.
Oh, first though,
okay.
The other big thing is Aunt Martha makes a big deal of, look what I've got for you, and she has 2 physical forms because she's a doctor, so she could do the physicals herself. And she's like, don't let anyone ask any questions as to where you got them.
Oh,
but it's a big deal that she did
that
the
would
physicals.
Be wrong.
Yeah, it's another, like, hint. Here's a hint for you. Boop, I'm just dropping this piece of information for you.
Knowledge nugget.
Yeah, so you don't know. I mean, it seems really like weird that she's putting an emphasis on it. But yes, she has quote unquote doctored their physicals. So yes, they're on their way.
She puts a weird emphasis on everything, so that's really neither here nor there.
True. Bag of chips, physical forms, and she keeps calling Angela my beautiful girl, my beautiful girl. Okay. So many ball hugging shorts, guys. So many just
shorts.
Holy God!
I want to eat those shorts.
Oh my God! Like so many. I'm surprised there wasn't NC-17 just for like fucking cock outlines. Like, I mean.
Oh, I was looking. And
someone else was
the only
looking
one.
too.
Yeah, I wasn't the only one. Artie the cook is a fucking
Oh,
creep.
you have the line, don't you? Because I got it otherwise.
No,
You didn't write it down.
no.
Okay, his line is, "Look at all those fresh chickens." This is all the little girls running in from the bus.
Uh-huh.
Look at all those fresh chickens. From where I come from, we call them baldies because they don't have any paper.
And then the other cook, played by James Earl Jones' daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Earl
has
Jones
an equally gross line.
Oh, what is his line?
His is like, they don't even know what they're in for, or something like that with you. Like, not condoning it, but like, oh, you're funny for talking about possibly raping a child.
Because Artie's the head cook. So I think, Robert's character was, I think he was trying to be like, not ruffling any feathers, no pun intended.
But all 4 other men behind him weren't saying shit. So he didn't have to say anything. He didn't have to say, they don't even know what they're in for. Huh?
He really did.
I was like, James Earl Jones' dad, gross. No.
That was gross.
It was gross. Then we get the anticipation of Judy and her new boobs.
Oh God. Ricky and Judy were steadies last summer at camp. But Judy has different ideas this year because she's got boobies.
And I'm sorry, I don't think her boobs were that big. Much, that anything.
They're not, but she may have just not had any, and she has some.
But I'm sure there are other girls that were at that camp.
There were other girls there, yeah, but not her age.
Yeah. All I know is Paul. The first time we see Paul, which is like, he's this adorable, like, nerdy friend of Ricky's. And he just goes, you gotta wait to see Judy. And he just imitates these big old boobs. So you're expecting, like, fucking, like, double D's to come walking in. And you're like...
Exactly. And you're like, oh, okay.
When we do see Judy, it is a side shot of her chest. I was like, okay, guys, let's just calm yo tits.
Calm those tits down, okay?
Yep. And this is where we learn that Angela's a mute.
Yeah, she has no social skills and basically mute. And in the cabin, she's staring at Judy.
Oh, I mean, she wanted to start this off on the wrong foot. This is the way to do it.
That was a great place to do it. Yeah,
she was just staring like a weirdo.
Staring.
Yeah. And I said, that's a good way of getting everyone on your bad side. Because Judy's like, what the fuck are you looking at? Even though Judy's the worst, but still, like, I don't blame her on this one. I'd be like, stop looking at me. What is fucking wrong with you?
The fuck?
Yeah. Then we also get Mel, the camp owner, who is...
Everybody in this movie is a fucking creep.
He's 60 years old, guys. Yeah. Literally 60 years old.
Yeah.
And a pervert.
Big time.
Big time pervert.
And he's the head of the camp.
Yep. And we also meet Ronnie too now at this point.
Oh, Ronnie.
So Ken Marino, Paul Scheer from How Did This Get Made mentions that he actually emailed Ken Marino when they watched this, and they said, hey, did you fashion your character from Wet Hot off of Ronnie? He's like, oh yeah, 100%. And he said somebody else too, but definitely Ronnie. Ronnie's got the tiniest shorts, and he is fucking built.
And he's built like a brick shit house.
Oh
my
God. If
he
didn't have that mullet, I would have been all the fuck over that.
Hair can be cut.
That's true. Like
hair
Samson,
can be cut, but those muscles can't cut like that.
Oh,
am I right?
Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he filled those shorts out.
At first, I thought Meg and Ronnie were banging, but they're not.
No. Ronnie wants to, because at one point there's like they're at at the rec center or whatever, and he's like trying to get a piece, and she doesn't want anything to do with him. But this is like the next morning, so this is where they're eating breakfast, and I guess Angela hasn't eaten. It's a couple days later because they said Angela hasn't eaten in days.
Yeah,
hasn't spoken.
And Meg.
Yeah.
One of the counselors, instead of being empathetic and like, oh, what's going on, is like, God, she went
yeah, she's
and then Ronnie comes over and does the appropriate, like, oh, maybe there's just something she doesn't like. Let's go, because she's mute. So let's be empathetic. And he takes her up. And unfortunately, Ronnie introduces her to Artie, the head cook. who would
Yeah.
love to find her something to eat.
We go through like 0 to
Oh,
rape. 0 to rape in
0
60
to rape.
seconds.
Yeah. Not
Um
good.
yeah, so literally
Oh,
it's yeah, he gets her alone in the storage closet. Luckily Ricky comes in because
yeah.
Ricky's like, "Where's
It saves the
Angela?"
day. Right.
And I said 15 minutes in and we've got a sexual assault. Awesome.
Yeah. Cool.
But Ricky
Because the
pulls her out
guy's
of there.
about to, because Artie's like unbuckling his
Pants.
belt.
Because he's like, "I'll give you something to eat. You're really gonna
Yeah,
like this." And I was like, "Oh Jesus."
I know.
Um
But luckily, Ricky saves her,
mhm.
and he like threatens him, like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
tell
Yeah.
anybody." Blah. And Ricky's like, "Yeah, whatever. Let's get the fuck out of here."
Yeah. Well, and then we
Ugh.
move to the tallest pot I've ever seen in my entire life. Did you see the
Pot.
pot that he's making like corn in? Artie the cook.
Oh
Is that
yeah,
fancy?
yeah.
It is literally like what, three
It's as
feet
big
tall?
as me.
Yeah.
It's at least 5 feet tall.
Yeah. And at this point too,
Like
the
what the
camp
fuck?
the he sends, so Artie sends what's Robert the other cook, is that who his name is?
Sure.
Uh,
I don't
James
know.
Earl Jones's dad? I don't
Oh
know.
yeah. Well,
Ben,
that's
Ben, Ben. He sends
Ben.
Ben out.
His real name is Robert, but his
Yeah,
character name is Ben.
Ben out. And so he's like, they're cooking corn. They're waiting for the water to boil to put the corn in.
Do you know, by the way, how long it would take that water to boil?
I don't know.
I mean, several hours.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, and I know because my boyfriend bought a 20-quart pot.
Yeah, I got one
Okay.
of those. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's massive. And it takes like an hour to
Mm-hmm.
get the water boiling sometimes.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. So 5 feet tall? I can't
Yeah.
imagine.
This is
That
ridiculous.
would have to be all fucking day long.
I was like, maybe have more than one pot. A shorter pot, just maybe more than one.
I don't know.
I wouldn't eat anything was made in this kitchen. But this is where we
I
get this.
really wouldn't, but it was important for a kill. So
Yeah, because we get the point of view. We get the killer cam. And in this instance,
Yeah.
this camera work was making me ill. It was making me sick because it was like they didn't have a steady cam, so it was just shaking all over the place and going crazy wild. And I was like, I can't
Cheap out of
watch this.
budget. Can't
Yeah.
afford a steady cam.
Also, if you notice, like they did a shot of the close up of the cook's butt while he's like as the killer's coming up. And I was like, wow, his rear end is real dirty. Like I don't know if he's been not washing his pants well or
maybe that's where he like
rubs his pants. Yeah.
Yeah, his wife's
Gross.
hands from being dirty. Well, he's a dirty guy. And then
Ugh.
so the kid, he's like, "What are you doing, kid?" Because he's standing up on a chair in order to get to the pot,
Yeah.
to the top of the pot.
Mind you, every time we get shots of every time there's a kill, the victim's always like, "Oh, it's you."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time.
Every time.
Like,
yeah. But he pulls the step stool out from him, right?
yeah.
Yeah. And it upends the water.
The boiling water comes spilling out on him. Boiling hot water all over his skin. There is no, and they say this in the movie, there's no sedative strong enough for that kind of pain.
Yeah,
and especially back then.
Then it was like actually this makeup on here was actually pretty gnarly.
It was pretty good. You could see the skin blistering.
And they were pumping in a gelatin from underneath him.
Yeah, they were pumping stuff under his face and oh, it was cool. It was well done.
Cool.
Well done.
They bring in the paramedics so the next shot is the paramedics taking him out with the bandages. I was like, they wouldn't do that in that dirty kitchen. They would take him to the hospital, get a clean room, and then wrap him. Like he's like all wrapped up like a mummy. But the best was Ronnie asked the paramedics, what about his eyes?
No. Oh,
it was Ronnie. What about his eyes? And I was like, they're like, it's too soon to tell. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Were they melted out of his skin or not? Like, you would know. I mean, you would know if his eyes were like burnt.
Yeah, because he might go blind.
Right. My thought was
I think that's what he meant.
Well, right. Well, and wouldn't you also
if you look at the IMDb picture, that's like, I think, that's the Owen Hughes, that the guy, the actor that plays Artie, like, yeah, his like all around his eye area is
Mm-hmm.
like burned.
Yeah, they would have fucking known because his eyes. I mean, yes, but wouldn't you ask?
Maybe
Because he's the cook.
maybe
Like,
he meant would he ever see again? Who knows?
possibly, I don't know. That was just funny. I was like, of all the things to ask about, maybe like, is he gonna survive?
Yeah,
um,
at all.
at
Oh,
all.
and then right after, Mel asks, "What's the prognosis, Doc? Were you not here for this whole
Burns,
conversation?" Right. He's
burns,
yeah.
death by corn. But then Mel also wants to keep this a secret. Like Ronnie's like, we should probably tell the campers. He's like, no, we're gonna keep it a secret. Mel is like, I don't know how to explain him. He's always chomping on a cigar. He's like,
Yeah. Always has like
yeah,
yeah, a
he's like a
big
stereotype, like a,
stogie. Is
oh
that
yeah,
what
an
they're
old,
called?
yeah, mm-hmm, yeah. He's like a like a 60-year-old, like meh
Mm.
stereotype, like meh, oh kids today, but with a New Jersey accent.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, but Mel kind of takes Ben aside and is like, "Hey, you're promoted. Don't say anything about this. Okay, thanks. Bye."
yeah, you're gonna get an extra $50 a week, and you gentlemen will get an extra 15. They're
Like
like,
that
oh,
cook was
sounds
getting
pretty
paid
good.
way too much.
Yeah, right, for that dirty looking food. Um, then we switch to, or doesn't now we switch to the boys in their cabin, and
Yeah.
they've
So
got
meanwhile, boys are
Mozart,
gross.
yeah, Mozart blindfolded,
Yeah.
and Ricky's doing this, like, put all of your consciousness into this one setup, and they're just like, you're kind of like trying to pump him up, this little
To
dorky
make him
kid.
sit up. Yeah.
Yeah, and he sits up, and of course one of the other kids, he just sits right at his face, right into his other kid's bare butt.
Ugh.
Cool.
Boys are gross.
Boys are real gross.
Gino was fine too.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Look,
Look.
he wasn't that bad. But he walked in
I'm
to
not even. I'm gonna say I thought the one who I looked up later, besides Ricky, Ricky grew into a very nice looking gentleman.
Yes, he did.
As did Paul.
I didn't see him as an adult.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't done much, but like I found some pictures just online,
Mm.
and he's also attractive at, because I think about this, I'm like, is it weird for me to say that he was attractive at that point? I'm like, yeah, because I was that age at that time. Like, well, I was actually younger. I was 8 years old, so or no, I was 6 when this. No, 3. I was 3, so I think I'm okay with being like, at the time he was attractive. Like, I would have had a crush on him. I would, if I was Angela, I would have been like, oh,
Totally.
yeah.
Totally.
Totally. So then we we get to the baseball game, though. The underhanded softball game.
Yeah.
So they're all fucking shit talking to each other, like really rough core, like hardcore shit talking. Then they are playing like underhanded softball. I was like, the fuck is this?
Or fast. I think it was fast pitch, but still.
No, it was underhanded. I made a.
It was underhand, but like he when you do this, that's fast pitch.
No, it was not. They did not do that. It was lob it. I've done slow pitch underhand. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I've done slow pitch underhand, but I've also done.
It was not. It was not fast pitch. Mm-mm.
Are you sure? Well, whatever. It's whatever. They're playing softball.
Right.
And they're playing softball,
and,
whatever.
But the shit talking. The best was eat shit and live, Bill.
Me too. I had that written down. Eat shit and die, Ricky. Eat shit and
live, Bill.
I loved that.
Just not much happens. All we know is that there's a group of Chads and a group of non-Chads. Yeah. And the group of non-Chads are with like Ricky and Paul and Mozart and Gino. Yeah. And then so nothing really happens. We just know that the kids win and the Chads do not. And then we switch to the lamest dance on the planet. Like everyone's just standing around the rec hall. It's supposed to be a dance. Yep.
Okay, so this is funny. My notes kept correcting Meg's name to Meh.
No, pretty much that's about right.
Change it. So Meh.
This is where I said this is where I think Ronnie was trying to hit on her, and Mel comes in and she just kind of disregards Rick.
I thought it was somebody else. I thought it was
No, it
Mike
was
or
Ronnie
Bill or
because
somebody. Was it?
it was Ronnie because of Ronnie's shirt, which we talk about Ronnie's shirt in this scene.
What?
It was a form-fitting T-shirt that was
Everything's
actually
form fitting.
no, because it was mesh. It was mesh because you
Yes.
could see his nipples, but it
Yes.
was also form-fitting like a regular T-shirt. I mean, the shirts in this fucking movie. I didn't say anything about the fucking baseball game, but one guy. I think it's
One of the guys.
Gino. It's Gino.
Yes.
He's got a
A crop top that's just below his pecs, like barely
oh,
below
it
his
barely
nipples.
covers his nipples. I was like, what
Yeah,
is the point of this
barely.
shirt? Don't even put a shirt on. And then one of the Chads, like the leader of the Chads, has a what is definitely a woman's cut shirt on and has
Yeah.
it and it's a crop top. I'm like, what is happening with these clothes? I don't understand. The 80s, guys,
The
the
80s was a very repressed time.
If Stranger Things has taught me anything, especially this last season, is let's not go back to those clothes. Let's just not. Let's just there's no
Except for Joe Carey, I wouldn't mind that.
Joe Carey anything. I mean,
Yeah.
again, Eddie too. I'd
Anything
take
he
Eddie.
wants.
hmm
So Meh is banging the camp head. Gross.
Well, they haven't banged yet.
They haven't banged yet, but she wants to, and
She
I'm
asks
like,
him out on a
why?
date. Yeah.
I know. She asked him for out to dinner, and he's like, "Fuck yeah,
Sure.
yeah, sure."
So a
Like,
17-year-old girl who's relatively attractive asks out a 60-year-old man.
hashtag daddy issues.
Oh, big time.
Come on.
Also, my other note is this is about Angela because they're all trying to they act as if she's like the ugliest thing on the planet. Like she's just a dog. And I'm like, this girl is a
She's
perfectly pretty
gorgeous.
young woman. Yeah. I was like, I don't understand this at all. Like, I don't. And
And
like,
Judy is the worst of them.
yes, Judy
Judy's
with her
the
horse
absolute
hair.
worst. Yeah.
Judy's got this long ass hair. It's
That
like Crystal
hair.
Gale. Yeah, it's
Oh
gross.
my god. Yes, Crystal Gale hair.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
So two Chads try to convince Angela to go skinny dipping. And she's mute. She won't speak with them.
Right.
I did read that.
And then they're like, reaction is like, "What's your problem?" And it's like, she's mute. Do you not under people? People do not understand. I forget that in these movies that, like, back in this time, people were not psychologically sensitive
No.
or
No.
knowledgeable at all.
Mm.
Excuse me.
No, I mean, there's. I mean, I don't remember it that much in this one. In the next one, we've got, they use there's at least one, I think there's 2 drops of the F word. The word, the similar word for the female is used in that one too.
Yeah.
The D word. And so a lot of those times I'm like, it's just different. Like we read a book, we reviewed a book last night where it was from 2015, and even some of the language in there I didn't care for that, because like there's certain terms that I was like, now in a era of Me Too, and it just didn't read well. And I think we can't put aspersions on something. We can't judge it because it was a different time.
Yeah.
We can judge it, but we can't, like, you can't just completely disregard because, or because of things.
Yes.
It was just different world. It was a different world, man.
It was a different world back then. So after Ricky gets in a fight defending Angela's honor,
everyone's just watching him. The counselors are just fucking watching, except for Ronnie. Ronnie jumps in with his,
because he's a good guy, and I love Ronnie.
Shirt. Yeah.
Yes. Oh. After Ricky gets in a fight, his best bud Paul goes, sits down and talks with Angela, and gets her talking. He's the only one. He's the only other one who knows about her family's death, which is, like, duh. That's why she's mute, fucks. He got her to say goodnight. It's very cute.
I like his reaction. He's like, "Good night." I was like,
"Oh,
you're so cute." So the Chads all go skinny dipping. We get a lot of ass shots here.
Oh yes, I'm okay with that.
I was completely fine with that.
I loved I loved that the boy counselors are trying to get the girl counselors to go skinny dipping, but the girls are like, "No, we're good. Why don't you guys go?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll just hang out over here.
They
We'll hold your
smartly watch.
towels.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
But at the same time, we get these two guys smoking pot under like the boat racks.
Oh yeah, I think it was Kenny and Mike.
Yes, yeah,
I
because
think were their
Kenny's
names.
really super excited that Leslie, another, I guess
Yeah,
also a counselor,
Leslie.
yeah, is
Like,
coming
oh,
down.
we don't want to go, but Leslie will come with you.
Yeah, so Leslie and Kenny decide to
Go
go
for a canoe
canoeing.
ride.
Yeah, I think he's
Of
talking
course.
about water snakes
Well,
because he wants to show her his water
his
snake.
water snake.
Uh-huh.
He tips the boat because duh, and he's an idiot. She swims away, but he gets his.
Yeah, he does. Um, the killer pops up while Kenny's under the boat because the boat is overturned and he's under
The
it.
boat. Yeah.
And again, we get another of, oh, it's
Oh, it's
you.
you.
And he goes, wouldn't that wait till the other guys get a load of you? And I was like, why?
What?
What? Cool.
All right.
Are they disformed? Cool.
I know, right? Like, why? Okay. Was
But
she
then
naked? Oh.
I don't know who this is the next morning that finds Kenny's body. It's not Gino. I don't know who this is.
It was Ronnie.
No, it's not Ronnie. Mm-mm.
Oh.
Not enough muscles to be Ronnie. Nope.
That's true. It was a blonde though, right?
No, it was a dark-haired guy, but it wasn't. I think it's the guy that takes the kids camping later.
Oh, Eddie?
Yeah, I think so. But he's like
Okay.
bitch, and he's like, "Why do I gotta clean up?" And I was like, "Yeah, Kenny, why do you, or whatever your name is, why do you gotta clean up all that shit?" But he finds Kenny's dummy because it's not a body. He finds a dummy.
And what's coming out of his mouth?
Oh, a snake.
A water snake.
Yeah,
oh,
sneaky
so
snake.
gross.
Yeah. That's probably about the size of his water snake too.
Probably.
They're
not that big.
Judy's got a shirt with her name on it, guys. Judy's got a shirt that says Judy.
Judy.
Yeah.
In case you forgot.
I kind of love it, not gonna lie.
I do. Paul asks Angela to the camp movie, and now she seems to have no problem talking, but she's still a little shy.
Yeah. Of course, Megan and Judy are fucking. I wrote just Megan and Judy are fucking cunts. Like, there's no other word for them.
Massive cunt buckets. They're just they're really bad. They're really awful to her.
They're really awful. And
again, zero sensitivity. At least, like, I could forgive.
I don't know who the other counselor is that comes over and talks with her. The one with the curly.
I couldn't get her name for the life of me. I thought it was like Sally or Susie or something with an S.
She's the one who is like sympathetic and actually
only one who's actually nice to her.
Yeah, and takes care of her.
And later on, Ronnie is like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "Yes, do that." Anyway,
we want to get Ronnie laid. I'm sure Ronnie is doing just fine, but we still want to get him laid. I mean,
oh my god.
This is so Paul and Angela, we see them after the movie, and he's walking her back to the cabin, and he pulls her aside and he kisses her, and we get this weird music. The first time he kisses her, it's almost like this weird stinger of like, and then she's like, he's like, "Can I do it again?" And she lets him, and it seemed like
she kind of lets him, but hold on.
Yeah,
this is totally without consent.
The first one is.
The first one is,
yeah,
and then the second, he doesn't let her answer.
That's true.
He doesn't pull away, but he doesn't let her answer. He just goes in for it.
Yeah, and she's like,
and she's obviously
uncomfortable,
very uncomfortable, and she walks away, and he's like, "What the fuck?" But remember the sensitivity, Paul.
Yeah, remember when you first met her and she didn't speak, and now she does? Can we continue doing that nice thing that you
maybe
were like,
slow it down just a little bit?
Yeah, I know this is summer camp and you only have like 3 weeks.
I know.
But let's build up.
Get your studies on, but come the fuck on.
You literally come the fuck on. Because you will come the fuck on if you let her have a couple days before you try to shove your tongue down her throat.
Dude, seriously.
Because then maybe some point later, she'll put her hand down your pants. It'll be great.
Right. Because she definitely knows how to use that. So.
I haven't gotten there yet.
I know. Hold on. So you can edit that. I don't care.
No, it's. I would assume most people have seen this movie, so they know what the twist is.
Paul is forgiven the next day when he shows up to see her, which it was a genuine apology, so I'll give him
It's
that.
very. I have to say the interaction, the relationship between these two is actually very kind of touching. They
It's
are very
very
cute.
cute.
They have a little bit of chemistry. I mean, they have
Yeah,
for two probably 13 to 17 possibly years old kids. They have some chemistry.
it was cute.
It was cute. Um,
Uh, meh.
this is where I
Slash
noticed
Meg.
Judy's weird accent that she's putting on. It was like this Mae
Yeah.
West sort of like, well, let me tell you about this. I was like, the fuck is this coming from? Somebody must have been like on the side going, what? I think you should totally put on a Mae West. It'll fuck everybody over. They'll be so confused as to why you're doing it. It's like that scene in a New Hope where all of a sudden Leia is speaking in a British accent
Oh, I know, for no reason.
for
And
no
then
reason. I can smell your foul stench. Right. I was like, I can smell your foul stench anywhere. I was like, where you been, bitch?
I know, right? Who is this? Who
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, so it's the same sort of thing. It's all of a sudden Judy's a 45-year-old woman from uptown. What do you think about that, Angela?
Then Meg comes over and freaks out and shakes her and shakes Judy and gets into trouble with
violently.
Ronnie.
Yeah.
Yes. Overactor Judy gives Angela more shit for no reason and points out that this was back in the cabin, that she doesn't shower with the rest of the girls.
This is where she accuses Angela because they're all pissed because Meg got in trouble. She had to go see Ronnie because Ronnie's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
And, why are you shaking a child?
Right? Right? Guess what? That's not going to get you any goddamn answers. How about that?
No, right.
But she accuses of Angela of being a queer, not having reached, and she says queer, meaning like anyhow, not having reached puberty. And the other counselor just smacks that Sally, then just smacks Judy right in the face. This is also where we get your carpenter's dream, flattest board and easy to screw. And I was like, really? Is she? Has she been screwing a lot of people?
Right. How do you takes one to know one kind of thing?
Well, Judy's also pissed because she likes Paul. I think she likes attention. I think that's what it is.
She does like attention, and she doesn't want anybody having it except for her.
Specifically Angela.
Like, I thought she was going for the older guys, because in the very first scene when we first meet her, she's talking to all the counselors, like, with her shoulders back and chest out.
Yeah,
right.
Sticking those,
It's like, I thought you were going for the older crowd, but all right.
Sticking those possible B minuses in someone's face.
Sure, I'll take this pass fail.
Love it. So this is enough that Angela gets upset and she leaves to go see Ricky.
Yeah.
And she's going there. She gets hit with water balloons. I mean, she acts as if they actually shot her with napalm. Like but all the Chads are on the one roof. And leader Chad,
it all makes sense later. But it's like, she's obviously for whatever reason we don't know yet, very uncomfortable with her body.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get wet, that is very revealing.
Right, especially she's got like a light yellow shirt on.
Yeah. So Ricky sees this, and it's Billy and the gang, Billy and the Chads.
This is where we get Ricky's trash mouth. Holy God. I was like, it is so swearing. It is like gold level swearing. It is. Yeah.
By the by, what is with all these names? Betsy, Leslie, Judy, Ronnie, Billy, Ricky, Kenny.
A lot of E's.
Yeah.
But you know what? That was the 80s movie. Though. Yeah. I mean, think about everybody that like was growing up in the 80s. It was a lot of those E names. Nancy, Tracy, Stacy,
Tiffany,
yeah,
Brittany, yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah. Okay, so Billy gets
in trouble. Well, Mel first says to go tells the kids to take Angela back so she can change because she can catch pneumonia. It's fucking August. What are you talking about? She got hit with one water balloon. Are you fucking kidding? This is where head Chad gets it.
Oh yeah, well, hold on. Yeah, Billy gets into trouble for throwing a water balloon. I guess they got over Kenny's death pretty fast because he was in their bunk.
Yeah. Well,
Billy.
they don't know about it because Mel made them keep that secret too.
Oh.
He has
Oh,
not.
right, right,
They
right, right,
haven't.
right,
Yeah.
right. Billy is about to have his last meal after which he is
Gonna go take a wicked dump.
wicked. Oh, yep, quoted.
Take a
Wicked
wicked
dump.
dump. Mm-hmm. He's settling in with some reading material into the bathroom. um.
So we see this disembodied hand with a
Mhm.
knife cut into the screen window behind the
Well,
toilet.
first they put a broom handle through all of
Oh,
the
right,
handles in the bathroom.
through the stalls,
Mm-hmm.
through the stall door, so he can't get out. And then we see this hand rip the screen open and dump a bee's nest
Yeah.
into the stall where Billy is. That's not how bees work either.
No, especially for 30 seconds. 30 seconds of bee
Yeah.
stings and all the. That's a lot of damage.
I mean, maybe if it was wasps, maybe
Yeah.
not honeybees.
Possibly. Yeah.
Honeybees don't work like that.
No, they had. It was like, again, this dummy had a lot of like
Yeah.
damage on it. It's like half of it looked like cranberries that somebody put like and black raspberries. It was one thing I will say, they had one shot of really good makeup in this movie. The rest of it's well, there's two. I will get to the one at the end. There's a prosthetic head that was pretty good, but the rest of it is garbage. Most of the makeup in this movie is real bad.
I thought the Kenny dummy was decent. I thought
I thought it looked awful. Oh, really? I thought, look, might as well just have Kenny for that. Have the actor.
Yeah, but they couldn't put the snake in his mouth.
No, but they could have had it coming out of his mouth a little bit. Didn't have to have it like snaking up through his sinuses, but they could have had it come out. Snaking my way downtown.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get you to watch Critical Role yet. Anyway, so we.
Oh, it's like you're gonna watch.
That's for all my critters out there.
Is you're gonna watch She's All That? Oh wait, we got a bet on that one, don't we? On the She's All That.
What was the other?
Veronica has to watch
Muppet Christmas Carol
all the way through. Yeah, and I will find her the When Love Is Gone, and slip it in because she can't.
When love
is gone, we carry with us. Okay. All right. Want it on my repertoire. Anyhow, so now Paul and Angela are going to make out.
Yeah, let's go to the lake tonight.
Heavy petting.
And then as he tries to feel her up, she has a strange flashback.
Yeah, they do. Yep. Mm-hmm.
She has a flashback of seeing her father in bed with another man. This is the other guy from the
beginning. Yep.
And his partner, ? And her brother. And they're like giggling, watching them.
So the first shot is the two men like petting each other and kissing, and then the next shot is these two children, and a girl and a boy sitting on a bed, and the boy is pointing at the girl. And it's like it just keeps going around. It's one of those shots just circles around it's just another, I'm assuming, trying to tell you what's happening is that the boy's pointing towards the girl, and you're supposed to get an idea that something.
I don't know.
We're gonna spoil it now because we might as well, because we're halfway through the movie.
No, not yet.
Okay. Or not. Or we won't. Okay, so anyhow, she's like, so once she, has.
I want to go back to it.
Okay, so she freaks out. This freaks her out, and she pushes.
All this touching.
Yeah, she pushes Paul away and runs away.
You can spoil it. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. It's completely fine.
I feel mostly bad at how annoyingly
annoying
that was.
No, it's fine. No, keep going. Because then we're getting to capture the flag, man. Capture the flag. We have a fucking almost 10-minute scene of the instructions on how to fucking capture the flag. I'm like, do we need this?
Honest to God. Well, in case everybody at home forgets how to play capture the flag or has never been to camp.
I mean, it really didn't even matter. I didn't need to know.
Didn't need to know. Ricky makes a plan to capture a flag with Angela and they sneak around the other team's side through the woods. The other team's side through the woods to try to capture their flag. So
Mm-hmm.
they sneak about. Whilst sneaking,
Yeah. They come across somebody else sneaking. That would be Paul and Judy kissing.
because Judy's like, when you went with her, I'll
Yeah.
kiss you right now and let you feel my boobs.
Wait, I don't think
She
you did her.
doesn't say that.
You didn't do her voice right. Come on.
Oh, that's right. No, I did not. Why don't you do it? There you go.
Come on, Paul. Let's go and make out in the woods. How about that? Wouldn't you like that, Paul? Darling.
My right leg is Christmas and my left leg is Easter. Why don't you come up and meet me between the holidays?
Yeah. See me sometime in the woods. I'm out in the woods right now.
Come up and see me sometime.
But you know what? I imagine she has a smoker's cough too while she's at it.
Yeah.
Because Judy, I'm telling you, looks like she's 30 years old.
Yeah, she does. At least. It's really fucking weird.
It's really weird. Because then you're like watching this 30-year-old looking girl kiss this kid who's possibly like 15, and you're like, I'm uncomfortable. But Angela also comes upon these two kissing, and she freaks out and runs away. And Vicky does say something like you're such a you're the fucking absolute worst or something. I forgot
something like that.
You're a fucking bitch or something to that to
Yeah.
Judy. She's like,
oh, I know. She's like, whatever.
I don't care.
Paul apologizes, but Angela's not having it.
No. In fact, it's ruined for him because Judy comes over and says, "Oh, you told me what such a prude she was."
Oh yeah.
Is that the word you use? Prude?
Yeah.
But then
he's like, I gotta go, and Judy then threatens to dump Angela in the water.
Yeah, and Meg picks her up, like does a fireman's hold and throws her over her shoulder, and and Angela starts freaking out because I don't know, her father and her sibling died drowning in a fucking lake. I would be scared to go in the water also.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit. So.
Meanwhile, this is my favorite, and I sent you pictures of this.
Oh yes, because this is like Mel is now paranoid that someone is trying to fuck with him, like trying to all these murders are like trying to bring down, and he thinks it's Ricky
for whatever reason.
Because Ricky's always protecting Angela, and so he thinks it's
Mel talks to Ricky about his summer, and he's like, "How's your summer going?" And Ricky's like, all right, I guess. And Mel's like, just all right. This is my favorite. Well, would have been better if there were more guys around.
Yeah, and Mel's almost like, well, why do you think that is? Because you keep fucking killing them.
I'm like, this camp has got to be at least 65% male. Excuse me.
Yeah, right. And we keep seeing the same old shitty girls.
Yes. Meanwhile, Ronnie is beefing up in the background as he's saying this.
Yeah. Yes. So Ween sends me this. She's like, this
Pictureception.
She's like, this is my favorite scene in the whole movie, and it is like him just like it is like we need to have his balls in the scene. So here's like fucking Ronnie in the background, his little tiny shorts, and he's just lifting weights. I was like, yeah, well,
right behind where Mel and Ricky are, and it's hysterical.
If you follow our Twitter, which you should, I definitely posted. I sent it to Ween. I took a screenshot of Ronnie from earlier, when it's just his outline of his dick in his little tiny shorts and his muscles, and I posted on our Twitter that this was my favorite scene of the movie. Good times.
Little Ronnie.
Yeah. But then we get Gino, because Gino actually helps pull Angela out of the water.
Yeah.
And he says to fucking Meg, "You're a real peckerhead, Meg." I know. That's the fucking best. And then we get, oh god, the next scene is Meg is getting ready for her date.
Her little date with with Mel. Meg is showering alone in the cabin next door because there's a long line in her cabin.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
How about her humming in this scene? This humming.
thank you. I wrote P.S. the worst shower singing I have ever heard in a movie. Ever. No. It wasn't even that good. She was like, what the fuck?
I mean, that's how I hum when I'm getting ready to hump a 6-year-old man.
Ugh.
Maybe he can get it up. Does he need to take a blue pill? Do we need to sleep in? Do we need to lay in tubs on the side of the cliff like in those commercials?
Oh my god! And hold hands in the middle. Yes.
Do we need to go to an outside jazz concert?
Oh.
Outside jazz concert. Anywho.
There you go.
Hey-o.
Hey-o.
I do like this. I do like this kill. I think this is actually probably one of the ones that's actually kind of not scary, but
it's very Friday the 13th-esque.
Yeah,
actually.
and there's like there's a little bit of tension here. I liked it. But the killer comes up.
Yeah, Meg is killed in the well, go ahead.
So the killer comes up and goes into the stall behind her and goes through what it looked like to be just plywood or
double penetration.
DP goes next to like plaster, like drywall. Yeah, I was like, is that what you? It's probably not good for a shower to have drywall in there, but that's fine. And like goes right through her back and like guts her like a fish, and yeah, straight in the back. And the next scene, like literally, like that's it. Oh, she also cleans off. So the reason there was a scene earlier where we see Ricky just messes with Mozart again. He's fucking with him. All the boys are fucking with Mozart. Mozart's like, I'm gonna fucking
cream in the hand, and tickle his nose trick.
Yeah, and Mozart's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I've got this knife, and this whole scene is just to show us this knife and that Mozart has it. And Ronnie, Gino, he's like, you'll get it at the end of the summer, and he puts it away. So later on in this scene, we see the killer put that same knife into the shower and rinse it off. So we think is it Mozart? Is it Gino? We don't know. So
is it Ricky?
Is it Ricky? Could be Ricky. Because at this point too, Ricky's laying down because he doesn't feel well. Also,
he had too much or overindulged or something like that on the dinner.
Well, he comes back. He comes in to get dinner.
Back to the rec center. Yeah,
to get dinner later.
It's Eddie's night to take his campers for a night on the beach.
Yep.
And meanwhile, Paul runs into Angela at the camp social.
Really trying to get back into her good graces.
Really trying hard.
And
he begs her forgiveness.
Yeah.
She tells him to meet her at the waterfront after the social.
Yep. The ice cream social. So now we get Judy and Mike are making out in the cabin because everyone's at the social. So Judy's and this Mike are there like making out, and then who comes in? They hear something, and then Mike leaves her high and dry, doesn't he? He kind of leaves her. Yeah.
She's just like, whatever, and she's pouting, and
and he pieces out, and then
because he's like, I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Remember when people were afraid of getting in trouble?
This next scene is the fucking craziest scene in this whole movie. I want to say,
right?
And even take that into effect. We get the craziest scene in the fucking movie in a little bit.
Jesus,
but this Mel's monologue. He is somehow, this is his fucking Lady Macbeth soliloquy. Jesus Christ! Like I wrote some of it. God. I wrote some of it down. He did this to get back to me. Forgive me, Meg. I had him and I let him go. That's how he does it. I mean, I had him. Oh, wait. I had him. Yeah. He comes across Meg's body.
Is that where he did?
Yep, because the next scene after that.
Wait, because hold on. Before that, yeah.
It goes. Mike leaves. Then we switch to Meg. Then we come back to Judy after this.
I have two of Eddie's campers are cold and want to sleep in the car, and he leaves the other three sleeping at the campsite. Cue killer POV camera on the remaining boys and a hatchet left behind.
Oh, okay. I didn't have the other part with
Oh,
the kid,
okay.
the little kids.
And then Mel goes
'Cause-
looking for Meg, can't find her, goes to the shower next door,
Yeah.
and he vows vengeance.
Oh, this scene is fucking crazy. And it was really funny because I asked about what the fuck happened to all the campers, and I was like,
Yeah.
well, if I had been paying attention, but I was too busy writing down his fucking dialogue.
Because it's hilarious.
Mhm.
And then someone we think looks like Ricky goes to Judy's bunk and kills her with her own curling iron? Question mark.
Oh, shoves it. They shoves the curling iron up her vagina.
Is that what happened?
Yep. Yes.
I didn't want to think that's what happened, but it probably
That is
is.
what happened. Unfortunately,
Yuck.
she got a burnt badge. You know what's really funny? This same instance of what happens is literally what I say every time Spotify recommends I listen to the Joe Rogan podcast. I always say, I'd rather have a hot curling iron shoved up my vagina than listen to the fucking Joe Rogan. And I don't know, they stopped responding to me after a while.
Well, that was the goal, right?
Mm-hmm. Anyhow,
so Eddie comes back to the little campsite and discovers the bodies of the 3 boys and runs for help.
Logistically,
yeah,
how would this have worked?
What do you mean?
Shoving the curling iron in Judy's vag.
I don't.
And
and then killing those.
Yeah. Also, what did those fucking kids do to that? Oh, that's what it was. I texted you. Texted you. Yeah.
I think those are the. So when Meg dumped Angela in the lake earlier, there were a bunch of boys as they were walking out. A bunch of boys were like, hee, and throwing sand at her, so it would stick to her, so it was harder to clean.
Wow, that's enough to get murdered.
I guess they were being little shits.
They were.
And they were,
and they were
helping.
Punished.
They were making fun.
They are punished for it. They're in hell
All
now.
are punished.
So we also don't see Mel's death. Well, so Mel attacks Ricky first. Mel finds Ricky after he's gone over to get some
out of him.
Yeah. Yeah. At first I thought he was dead.
Yeah. What the fuck, old man?
Yeah, and this is the point. This is the point. They're like, maybe we should call the cops.
Now?
Now. Not like 7 months ago.
Because Mel kept trying to, but Mel's obviously lost it. So Ronnie is like calling the shots now.
Yeah. And he's like, look at me in my tiny shorts. Sally, I want to make out with you. Or whatever your name is. I think it's Sally. I
think it's Sally or Susie or something like that. I don't know.
But then the next scene is Mel getting his butt. We don't actually get to see it.
Yeah, we do.
We get a shot of of it right in his.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Oh man, I did. Mel runs off and is shot in the neck with an arrow right in the jugs. It's awesome.
Jugs. Did you watch this on Tubi?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I watched this. Did I watch it on Tubi? Shit, maybe I didn't. Maybe I watched it on Pluto.
Different movie?
I don't know, but I don't know because I wrote down like I didn't see. Because I said Mel, I'm assuming he's getting murdered on the archery field.
Yeah.
So I didn't see.
Did it cut to commercial then, or something like that?
Might have been. I
might have. And I noticed that that the timing sometimes gets fucky.
Mm-hmm.
So
Paul's waiting for.
Yeah.
He's on the waterfront.
The cops arrive and assemble. One of the cops has a fake mustache for no reason.
It's made of Barbie hair. It's amazing. It's because if you find the trivia, it's because he shaved it between the first time he was because he's there for something earlier. Is it the cook's death? I can't remember. He's on set. He does have a scene earlier. Then anyhow, but between those two, he shaved his mustache and didn't have enough time to Whatever. Doesn't fucking matter.
Whatever. He has a fake mustache. It's hysterical, and it's the worst looking fake
Yeah.
mustache I've ever seen. Um,
It's literally felt.
a Sharpie would have looked better.
Uh-huh.
The cops arrive and assemble the counselors. Ricky, Paul, Judy, and Angela are missing at this point.
Hmm.
Angela meets Paul at the waterfront and suggests they go skinny dipping, or she makes the suggestion.
Yeah. Yeah. And she turns to the camera and
Hmm.
starts to unbutton his shirt. Then we can see Paul getting real fucking excited. He's
Oh
super
yeah, he's
excited.
like, "Fuck yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna get some." And so he's starting to take his clothes off, and then we switch scenes again.
We switch to Ricky. Ricky's found alive
Mm-hmm.
within like 3 inches of his life, probably because he was beat the snot out of for fucking. Oh, Ricky's found alive. Meg, not so much.
Yeah. Oh, too bad.
Um,
And again, Judy's got a bird badge. I just like to keep coming back to that because she's such a horrible character that I'm like,
oh, I know.
too bad.
Then sexy Ronnie and Sally run and find Angela on the beach.
Here with her back, you can tell that her shirt's off.
Yeah.
Because it's down around her waist, and she's humming and she's rocking back and forth and cradling something in her lap.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get a
petting Paul's head. You can see Paul's head in her lap.
Yes, we just see like it looks like he's asleep.
Yeah.
And then we get a flashback.
Flashback to the mother from the beginning dressing the surviving
Aunt Martha
dressing the surviving boy as a girl.
Mm-hmm. And she says because they already have a boy.
I've always wanted a girl.
A little girl. Isn't that right, Peter? And Peter's head shoots up, and you realize that
smash cut
back to the beach, and
Angela in quotes. Angela stands up. Paul's severed head rolls off to the side that was in her lap, and she stands with a hatchet in her hand, with her head superimposed on this very masculine male body.
Yeah, very hairy,
growling, hissing. I don't know what the fuck. Making some weird, like wide-eyed and like some weird ass sound, like a cat.
So the climactic scene, which was accomplished using a nude man wearing a mask cast of Felissa Rose's face. The thin man who stood in for Angela was a college student who needed to get drunk before he was able to do the scenes.
That's awesome.
Oh.
Before he needed to get naked.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's my question. Why couldn't they ask the guy to like shave or wax or something? That is the hairiest motherfucker I have ever seen.
He had to get drunk, so they could actually.
The hairiest 13-year-old I have ever seen in my life. Give me a break.
I mean, here's the thing: if this man had to get so drunk to be naked on camera, maybe find someone else. Is there no one else that you could pay?
Right, like, that has maybe like a premature body, maybe.
Well, that or not even that, like just the fact that like you can't find anybody like in the guild that would do it.
Right.
Who would be like, hey, and also we need you to shave. You know, we'll pay probably because they didn't want to pay this anybody. That's probably what it was.
Maybe
they probably paid this guy in the alcohol that he needed to get drunk on camera or to get naked on camera.
The alcohol enema.
Yeah. It's really interesting.
That's a thing.
So Judy was actually supposed to die. That was supposed to be her death. But because the shot of Judy's dead body was cut by the MPAA because of being too grisly. So I think that's what saved her character from actually dying.
Yeah. Yeah, because that probably would have gotten an X rating.
Oh yeah,
sure.
Yeah. A smoking vagina. Yeah.
Yeah. Smoking gun.
Smoking.
Jesus Christ, I hate it. I hate it so much.
God, and guys, the sounds that she's making is just.
Oh yeah, it's what like.
It's weird. It's like it's weird.
Fucking, I almost want to look it up. I just don't know. I don't want to. All right, ratings.
Okay.
The end. That's the movie.
There's not much else to say about that. That's
nope.
it.
That's it. Well, what were you gonna say though? Back when you were gonna spoil it earlier, and I was like, no. Was it prior flashback?
No, just the fact that I was gonna spoil it.
You said the boy was pointing at her.
Oh, yeah, I mean, obviously he's pointing at the girl, saying like, "I am you, like I am you now.
Okay.
I've taken you over." Like that's, I would assume that's what that meant.
Interesting.
Because they. I don't understand why the dad had to be gay. I mean, it's fine. I don't understand why.
Yeah.
It's fine. Cool. I just didn't understand. There was no reason as to why.
I don't know.
Or where the mom was. There was no mom. Maybe that's the answer.
They were adopted.
Maybe that's the answer as to why that the child went to the aunt instead of going to the mom. Maybe that's why.
That's another. Yeah.
Who knows?
Or maybe it was an anonymous. I don't know. Not anonymous, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. It was actually anonymous. They did it all together. The group Anonymous. They hacked the 2020 election and also completed the adoption of Peter and Angela Baker.
Jesus. Oh, ratings.
Okay. Ready.
Blood droplets, blood and gore.
1.5.
Yeah, I gave it 2. Oh, wasn't I gonna do something? By the way, wasn't I gonna start
for overall
average?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, let me try it. So you said 1.5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. And I said 2.
Okay.
Spooky, scary little ghosts.
1.
Yeah, I gave it 1 as well. Oops. Hold on. Okay. Sex and nudity.
Really, we don't have any boobs. We see a schlong and we see some butts. 1.5.
1.5. Okay, I gave it 1, so that's good. Fun and entertainment. How many cold black hearts do you give it?
3. I had a good time.
I did too. Okay, so 14. Remember that number.
14.
I think this is a good system.
Okay.
Overall, 3.5.
Okay, yeah, that seems right.
I think that seems fair.
Yeah. Cool.
Oops, sorry. Cool. Tight. Okay. We're trying to do this in a somewhat mathematical way, I guess. I'm trying to take the average of our scores.
It's for Letterboxd.
And it's for Letterboxd.
If anybody has it, they want to follow us, we're on Letterboxd now.
And it's not exact either. Because I did.
But it gives a better, more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a weighted average then. It's more of like a clear cut. Yeah.
I think so.
Coolio. I like it.
Oh, I like it too. Okay,
so we're gonna take a little break.
Yeah.
And we're gonna come back and talk about Sleepaway Camp 2.
Yeah. Can't start a fire. Can't start a fire without a spark.
This is our desire. Why are we singing Bruce Springsteen in the dark? Everything sounds like. You know what I really hate is that song, that fucking Bruce Springsteen Christmas song. You know, you better I was coming to town. They all they're laughing like it's the funniest thing on the planet. Like, oh, Santa Claus, can you imagine us coming to town? I was like, oh, get the fuck.
No, I think one of their band members dressed up as Santa and was fucking walking across the stage because it was a live version.
It doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't matter, but right, I got you.
Because it's stupid. It's
but
like that fucking. It's like that fucking Jack Frost movie with Michael Keaton.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I thought that was cute, wasn't it?
Wasn't.
I didn't see it.
One
Well,
of
I
us
don't
has seen
know.
it, and it's not.
Okay.
Um.
It's on fire. Okay.
All right. So, Sleepaway Camp 2. Why are we singing Bruce Springsteen's song? Why are we singing about the boss?
Well, Miss Ray, I'll tell you. Starring in this movie, one of the stars is Pamela Springsteen, Bruce's sister.
Who did not tell anyone on the cast that she was Bruce's sister. Some didn't find out
to make a name for herself. Right. I get it.
Felissa Rose was asked to return as Angela. She did a reading, but it didn't quite click with what they wanted with the comedic, because they're going with comedy on this one. They are going
better mute.
Yeah, she was like, we like it when you don't speak. Don't speak. Just tell me what you're thinking. So there. Looking at some of these the production notes. There's not a ton here. There's one thing that we'll get to when we get to a certain grouping of children.
Yes, that'll be great. But who else stars in this movie?
That would you like to say it? It would be I'm on their other page. Renee Estevez, right?
Yes. Martin Sheen's daughter.
Yeah.
Wee.
So I would like to talk about other names in this movie. So the characters in this movie are named after actors associated with quintessential 80s film culture, predominantly members of the Brat Pack. Molly Ringwald, Sean Penn, Ali Sheedy, TC, Tom Cruise, Uncle John Hughes, Mayor Whittingham, Rob Lowe, Demi Moore, Leah Thompson, Brooke Shields, Jodie Foster, Anthony Michael Hall, Judd Nelson, Charlie Sheen, Phoebe Cates, Emilio Estevez,
Interesting.
Diane Lane.
Oh, I didn't realize that. That's kind of funny.
I like it.
Yeah, that's fun. Why the hell not?
Okay. Hey. Yes.
Here's a segment I'd like to start doing because I failed at doing it in the past. Hey, Ray.
What's up, Weed?
What you drinking?
Oh, I'm drinking. It's called Neon Burst. It's hard drink, sparkling hard beverage. It's grape blowout.
Oh.
It's delicious. It tastes like grape.
Oh, nice.
It tastes like purple.
Tastes like purple. Tastes like purple drink.
Yeah, I'll take that purple drink over Sunny D any day.
Yeah.
Does anybody like Sunny D? Honestly,
red stuff, purple drink. Ooh, Sunny D.
I thought Sunny D tasted like vomit, like in a bottle.
I liked it when I was a kid, but I liked sugary drinks when I was a kid.
I would have rather just had orange juice, and I'm allergic to that.
Oh, that's terrible.
It's okay. It's good. It's
good to know, though, for future drink ideas.
I can have some of it. I can have a little bit of it, not a ton. I can have mimosas,
but not a screwdriver kind of thing. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, this movie, guys. This movie, the tone is completely. Yeah. Or what are you drinking? Well, I know what you're drinking.
You know what I'm drinking. Because I've got the vid. I'm drinking Gatorade 2 lower
G2.
sugar. Gatorade, the thirst quencher.
Yeah,
not sponsored.
If you want to, maybe not this episode.
I would like to drink an alcoholic beverage, but it's not a good idea. Not a good idea. I already feel like shit.
Yeah. All right, this movie, guys. So this is 1988. So 5 years after the. Actually, it was filmed in 87. So yeah, I mean
fine. Any other production notes you want to say?
I don't think so. Looking through to see if there's anything.
Stuck in my head now. I can't get it out.
Oh, this is well. I'll just say when we get there because it's about the sex scene that happens.
Oh wow. More nudity, kids.
Oh, there's
way
lots,
more.
There's lots of tits in this.
Lots of tits.
Yep. Tits for just tits' sake in this movie. Just like, here you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's uneven. We don't see enough butts.
I agree. I was very upset about this.
I mean, I knew we weren't going to see any dicks, but
I mean, come on.
Yeah. At least I'd like to have seen like one.
Give me a little something.
Yeah, something to work with. Okay, so this movie, guys, it starts with a group of campers around a fire with mullets and ghost stories.
Oh, the mullets! Oh my god,
mullets are like crazy in this movie.
Oh, especially the head counselor, TC. Oh my god, that mullet.
1988 was the height of the mullet. These aren't even like, and like TC's one is the worst because it's a blonde mullet, and it's like his hair is naturally curly, so it's
so it's super frizz.
It's frizzy, and it's probably humid because they filmed this in Georgia, so it is not attractive. Yeah, it's gross. There is one gentleman in this movie though that is very attractive, and he does not have a mullet, and thank God.
Yeah, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah. He's also got a real nice body too.
Yeah, he does.
And unfortunately, we don't get to see him in a sex scene. And I was jonesing for it, and I was like, I was disappointed.
Yeah, but we did get to see a gratuitous topless. You know, I'm okay with that.
Oh, that's true. We did get to see. He was really hairy for what to be a 16-year-old. I was like, no, no.
He's probably 34.
He looks it. He looks 34. He does.
Now this movie, I thought at first, so I had written down camp counselors are around a campfire, like practicing ghost stories. I thought they were all counselors. At least that was the assumption I made because they were older kids, not the actual campers. So this camp is different.
Well, there was that one young kid that brings up the sex change operation and the gender assignment surgery.
Yeah. Oh, right. Which is the story that Phoebe tells the tale of the first film around the campfire to kind of scare them. Well, this is an actual true story.
I think it's what it is. It's the two groups that we see.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're not.
Because the short hair girl's not there.
Right.
She's another counselor. What?
She's the only girl there.
The long hair girl, the other counselor who's that short haired girl. She's not there. I think we're supposed to just kind of figure that everyone else is there, that all the other campers are there. We just don't see them.
No, because Angela yells at her for being with the boys.
Okay. That's right.
She's like, you're with all the boys, and you slut, and whatever.
Yeah, she definitely calls her a slut.
Yeah, she does. Yes, she do.
So this is where it's urban legend o'clock. We're talking about all the. It's like, somebody brings up the one girl, Phoebe. She brings up what had happened at Camp Arawak. At this point, 4 years earlier or whatever.
Yeah.
And a bunch of kids got hatcheted to death. But then, as she's telling the story, up comes this person in the woods.
Yeah.
I
thought at first it was going to be somebody to scare them. At the
it
wasn't. Yeah. It was actually Angela.
Angela's back.
Yep. Angela comes to get Phoebe, and Phoebe gets in trouble with her for being out and for being out with the boys. And then Phoebe's just like, lay off. And then
Well, we get the story that the little kid, the youngest boy, it looks like, in the group, starts telling about how the Angela from Arawak, which no one caught on. It was two. Okay. No one put two and two together.
No.
The Angela now lives in Hollywood and is playing the dark-haired girl from Facts of Life. I was like, was he meaning Joe? And then I started thinking, was Facts of Life a modern retelling of Little Women?
Was it supposed to be?
I don't know. I know I think about it. I'm like, maybe. Anywho, but then the same.
So wait, did they know that the name was Angela? Because at first they said it was Pete. Oh, really? They said her name. Okay.
Well, wait. No, they don't. They
Because
say
PC
Peter
called her
Baker.
Peter.
Peter. And they
Yeah.
say that he went to, I thought they said, because I wrote down, did no one put two and two together with the weirdo new counselor and the murder from the urban legend?
No.
Because the kid says he went off to Hollywood and got a gender reassignment surgery.
Yeah.
And is now a woman. And yeah.
That's all we know, folks.
That's all we know.
So Angela is walking Phoebe back and she's like bitching at her the whole time, and Phoebe gets pissed off and storms away and gets lost in the woods. Angela later finds her alone and kills Phoebe and cuts out her tongue.
Yeah.
Title screen.
Yeah, she's Angela, where the hell are you? And then you get this like really bright, sunshiny right here, and she's got this Ted Bundy-esque log that she's
yeah.
Yeah, right here. I just say like Pamela Springsteen is not the best actress, but I think for what she's doing here, it's
for the comedy, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. Then we get the title screen.
Yeah.
So this is set up, right?
Yeah, I love this fucking theme song. This theme song is fucking baller. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like hardcore, like heavy metal. It's
very metal. Yeah.
Awesome.
I loved it.
I love that one of the lines or one of the credits is based on an original idea by Bill Hiltzik. I was like, isn't every idea an original at some point? Like, I mean, that's pretty much like we just wanted to make another one. Like,
I mean,
based on an idea, based on a fever dream that I had while I was
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a lot of those yesterday.
I'm sure. Sure. You could have come up with Sleepaway Camp 6.
Damn it! Why didn't I have a notebook by my bed?
Shit.
Missed opportunities.
Yeah. It would still star Pamela Springsteen.
It probably would.
Yeah. You know what? If we're gonna be twins, if we can have Pamela Springsteen and Felissa Rose to come back. Sweet.
I didn't take too many notes on this, so because I was like tired. But Angela is the strictest counselor, famously the strictest counselor there.
Yeah, they she comes back after she's killed Phoebe. Well, she wakes them all up in the morning and they're like, where's
with
Phoebe?
a whistle blow.
Oh, isn't she great? She great.
Awesome.
And she's pretty much like, yeah, I sent Phoebe home because she was caught with the boys.
Yeah, fraternizing.
Fraternizing, yeah. And we go around
fornicating, I believe is where she is.
She does that later when she's talking about Allie.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Fornicating with boys. Although we do like like a not a wide shot, but we do like a pan of all of the women in the cabin.
Yeah.
And of course, isn't Allie the one just sitting there with her just tits hanging out?
I know. Just
see a lot of Allie's tits in this. This is Valerie Hartman. That's what her name is. Valerie Hartman. Yeah. But then we do get the entrance to my favorite group, the Tit Patrol.
Yes. These two little shits, these two little boys.
Emilio and Charlie.
Yes, their character names are Emilio and Charlie as a nod. Haha. Because the co-stars, Molly, the character Molly. I'm tired. You explain it.
I think we already did, so.
I know. I don't know why. You just edit that out.
It's cool. So they're like taking pictures of all the girls through the window as they're getting up, especially of Allie. Patrol, because like, what's her face? Fucking Angela's pissed off because why Allie needs to sleep naked. I really need you to sleep with a nightgown on.
Nice girls don't have to show it off.
Yeah. Yeah, if we've got nice ones, yeah, we do. It's fine. Then we cut to Angela and Uncle John.
Yeah.
Uncle John has an amazing voice. He sounds like a friendly snowman. Like,
oh yeah, he does.
I loved him. I don't know who this.
Too.
He's like he's an old school actor. Been in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
I don't know what his name is because why would I know that? Because it's not like his name is Walter Gotell. But he's known for mostly 40s movies.
Yeah.
But he pretty much is like, I can't fill up half of the beds here. Like before, I could, it's supposed to be packed now. I'm just having a hard time even keeping afloat.
Yeah.
Um, then we go
Um,
to breakfast.
yeah. Is this before or after? I can't tell if TC is macking on Angela or just trying to get information out of her about Phoebe. I couldn't tell at
So
first.
what happens first is they go to breakfast, and Allie's an absolute dickhead.
Yeah.
And she says something along the lines, I'd rather something like this. They're talking about the food because she doesn't want to eat, and she says something like, "Worse looks worse than the shit sisters." And this really very attractive man, I'm not saying teenager man, his name's Sean, is kind of like, "Why are you such a bitch?" And he's like, "Shit sisters," and she's like, "The Shoat sisters." They're always like high or
High or
drunk.
drunk, which is true.
It's true, but it's like,
But she doesn't
honestly,
have to be an asshole about it.
no, I would, and this is at this point, I didn't really realize her name was Allie yet. So I just wrote, I'd rather hang out with the Shoat sisters than whatever the fuck this skank's name is.
Right.
Um, we
Right,
also know,
exactly.
we learned in this scene that Sean has the absolute hots for Molly. Like,
Oh yeah, he does. He's
and
trying to get in
Allie,
her pants big
yeah,
time, but he's nice,
he's
he's
a
not
nice
like he's
dude.
not a
And
shithead.
Allie's
He
not
likes
having
a
any
good
of it.
girl. Oh
He
no, she's
does.
not.
No, because she wants him bad, and he's like, he wants nothing to do with her because he knows that she's like,
She's a dirty little skank.
she's a skank. And then so then is this where Angela? No, that's later. Is it now where Angela is voted camper of the week or
Yeah.
whatever? And they
Counselor of the
the
week.
week. I mean, there's only like 3 of them, so
I
it's
know,
real
right?
tough,
It's
real
like
tough.
her, TC, and Diane, I think.
Is Diane the short-haired one?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Because she's
yeah,
gonna take over later. Yeah.
yeah. So she sings a song with Allie and Molly.
That's the song I sang at the beginning of the episode.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Happy
I'm
campers.
happy. Wait, I don't remember how it goes now.
Oh, I was just wanting it to end. It was bad. It was bad. And Pamela
Oh, I'm a
Springsteen
happy
did
camper.
not get the vocal talents of her brother. Or maybe she did.
No.
Maybe she did.
Or the guitar talents, because she
No,
wasn't playing. Hello.
no. Maybe that was Bruce. Maybe Bruce was playing for her.
Doubt it.
Yep.
He did
um, this is where TC comes over and is trying to he's onto her. I think he's a little onto her here, but he is trying to hit on her too. Like,
yeah, a little bit.
yeah, like cuz yeah, there's another scene later where he compliments her on her breasts. But here he's definitely like,
Yeah.
she wants to know what happened with Phoebe and why she sent Phoebe home, quote
Yeah.
unquote, sent Phoebe home. And she says something like, "Well, I'll call you later." And he's like, "I don't have a phone."
How are you gonna call me? It's so funny.
And so then we move to, I don't think they do anything. They really literally don't. At least in the first movie, they're playing volleyball or playing baseball. They do nothing in this camp.
No.
And they lay by the pool or strum a guitar in the woods. That's all we see these kids doing, quote unquote kids doing. So Allie's laying by the pool. Sean and Molly are swimming, and they get out and they're laying on their blankets and they're talking about, because Sean's dad was a police officer, police officer, and we find out that he should have gone to Camp Arawak. Like, he was supposed to go there for, the year that the massacre happened. He was supposed to go there, but because of like they couldn't afford it, he didn't go to camp at all. He had been going to this camp for 3 years. Again, this is a 34-year-old man delivering this information. You're like,
right.
Okay.
Like 16, 17, maybe.
Yeah.
No.
Also,
no
like,
way.
I can't imagine a 16-year-old, unless they're a counselor, is going to camp. Still.
Right. This was a different day, though. Like, and because what I was thinking too, partway through our episode, through this recording, is like talking to some of our gay friends.
Mm-hmm.
I remember a lot of them saying, not all, but like a lot of them saying, like, they went to certain camps and that's where like they got it on. And it wasn't just the Pray the Gay Away camps. It was like any camp. Like, going to any camp, they were like free for all. It was like a free for all. So may also partly be why. Plus, back in those days, like back in those days, that's how you got pen pals, and that's how you got like, summertime flings and steadies and stuff like that.
Well, and I think you and I were texting back and forth. I think liability wise, I don't think that they can do it anymore.
Oh hell no.
No, and I don't
It
think
was a very different time in the 80s.
No, and I think because a lot of families plan their whole year's worth of entertainment, I want to say, or vacation around summer.
Around the summer.
So, I mean, unless
when the kids are off, because it's easier.
Yeah. So I think that they forego. Well, and too, a lot of kids now, especially when we were of this age, like I know I worked in high school during the summer, so I think anymore that's like the kids don't go to camp; they work instead.
They work, or like high school age kids back in these days. That was a job. That was an option for a job. Work for a couple weeks and get paid pretty good amount of money, and you still get the rest of your summer. Not a bad gig.
But then you're also asking like teenage kids to
be responsible. Oh, they're not.
Yeah. Be responsible of little kids.
Yeah,
and I can imagine like there's just so much liability that goes into that. You thinking about it, it's like you need background checks.
Well,
you need, like
right, and that's where you have a situation like Friday the 13th, where the teenagers weren't paying attention, and kids drowned in the lake.
I mean, they can't. Most of the time, they can't run like fucking amusement park rides. Let's just flip a button. We get this. We get the craziest scenes. So like. What's her face? Allie is laying in this chair. And I'm gonna say this right now. Valerie Hartman. It's weird saying Valerie Hartman, but that is her fucking name. Because there's another actress named Valerie Hartman, isn't there?
Valerie Harper.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm thinking. Okay.
Yeah.
Valerie Hartman
Rhoda.
Yes, Rhoda is absolutely stunning. She's very pretty.
Yeah. She's gorgeous. She's
gorgeous.
And great tits. Good for her.
Yeah, I mean, she's the package. She's got the package. She literally has the package. And honestly, she's not a bad actress. Like, you really fucking hate her. Like, you really hate her at some point. But she does this. She does the under the t-shirt, takes her like swim top off.
Exactly what she was doing.
Pulls it out, and she's sitting there with this guy named Rob, and this other camper named Rob, and she's like, I would fucking kill you if you threw me in the water right now. And he's like, all right. So I was like, how does that an invitation? Not gonna ask. He throws her in the water, and she comes up next to Molly and Sean.
Brings up like a mermaid out of the pool with just her chest showing.
And one of the Tip Patrol
shirt is glued to her shirt. To her
Tip Patrol party hats at 2:00. That was like one of their favorite line. I'm like, I fucking died.
Oh my gosh.
Party hats at 2:00.
Those kids are so damn funny.
And literally, like, Sean looks back at her, and just kind of like does like a, are you fucking kidding me? And he's like, do you want to go get something to drink?
Touch and get her.
Yeah. And so he and Molly just like peace out and leave her there and leave Allie there. Like, Allie's just like, tits are up, tits. Look at them. And they're like, peace out, we get some ice cream.
Like, that's not how you drop,
No.
I mean, you can get attention from boys like that, but
not Sean.
Boys. Nope.
He wants a good girl. So now Angela's walking in the woods, just walking. Comes across the Shote sisters. Drinking Mad Dog 2020. I was so excited. I was like, look at that MD2 2020.
Yeah, because that's all you could get at that age. Come on.
Yep. They had more than that too, because they also had vodka or something too.
Yeah, I know. Clear. And some joints.
Yep.
Marijuana joints.
Yeah, she and FYI, I mean, well, we kind of Angela's a killer, but there's no hiding in this one.
No, because it's addressed at the very beginning.
Yes, yeah. But she doesn't kill them here, which was surprising. Yeah.
Because
she comes across. She starts back up to the camp. And she comes across TC, which I wrote. TC has a nice ass. Yeah, it's overshadowed by that ugliest mullet.
Oh, horrible hair.
I watched him walk away, I was like, God damn that ass. I was like, God damn that hair.
Bounce a quarter off that.
Oof. And then,
or a Sour Patch Kid that I have right here.
There you go. Well, this is so we have that whole exchange so she can ask them, have you seen the Schultz sisters? And he goes, have you seen Randy? And that's enough for her to be like, oh, I gotta go back, circle back, because Randy's obviously with the Schultz sisters.
Yeah.
So she goes back, and in fact, Randy is making out with one of the Schultz sisters, and she tells him to leave. She tells him to leave.
Yeah.
She doesn't kill him.
She's like, get out of here.
Get out of here. And so then decides to roast them over a spit. Then she decides to roast the sisters on a spit like a pig.
That was crazy. That was fucking nuts.
And every time she kills somebody, she talks about like how much potential they had and blah 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 blah.
I know. She gives like this mommy speech. Like, what the
like she's the moral majority or something.
Right, exactly. How are you the authority on this? Get out.
And then we go from the spit to all of a sudden, as I wrote, some pre-Karen starts screaming that she wants to go home because she spilled paint. So like all this spilled paint's on the ground, and you just hear this blood-curdling scream from this little bitch. And all the I could think it was pre-Karen. She's gonna be a Karen. She's gonna be a real big Karen.
Big time
Karen.
As she drove away in her Ford Pinto.
Yeah, she's like,
her
mom, I want to go home. She's not a good actress. I want to go home. I want to go home. And this is where Uncle John comes up and was like, hey, so you just can't keep sending people home. And then she's like, oh, I meant to tell you, I sent the Schultz sisters home too. And he's like, why?
Got it. Yeah.
This is where she goes, she sent them home for drinking and fornicating with boys. Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But he's like, all right, but you gotta tell me.
Yeah, because
I'm in charge of the camp, right?
Yeah, and didn't remember the conversation we had about how I can't fill all the beds? Those are refunds I've got to make every time you send somebody home. Yeah. Yeah, he's sending him home to Jesus. That's what she's doing.
She is. That night.
Oh, party. Okay, can we talk about the idea of quote unquote a panty raid? It is a sexual assault. Let's just talk about that. Like, it's in
I think
essence,
people may not realize it, but yes.
Yeah, it is perverted. I mean, it's a perversion.
And to what end?
Right.
Is what I'd like to know. Why are you stealing my underwear, you perv?
Yeah.
I need that underwear. Yeah,
it's definitely like we all thought it was, I guess, funny in the 80s. But it's a sexual assault, guys. Like, it's not cool.
Stealing their bras too.
I mean, and they try to make it better in this one because the girls go and do a jock
straps.
Yeah. Which, would they all have jock straps? I mean,
if they're playing sports,
right? I guess. Yeah.
Which we never see. Yes.
Which we never see. But before we get to the jockstrap raid, Angela, of course, comes, finds out
right in the middle. Yeah.
Throws everybody out, and Sean talks back to her, and I wrote, uh-oh, Sean gonna die.
I know, right?
And she brings that up a number of times that he talks.
Oh, yeah, she does. The one time he does. But she's like, he back talks. I'm like, one time.
And it was like, he was pretty much like, they were doing, and he was kind of like, come on, they weren't doing anything.
Right, he wasn't, yeah.
And again, even though we know it's still sexual assault.
It's fine, but yeah.
So then the girls go over and then as they like are stealing the jock straps, and they got one kid on the ground. I don't know what they were doing. I think it's on the ground. I was like, whatever's happening there. Mare she's like, if you don't give us our bras back, you have to see this. And of course, she's just like, tits are flying. She's just showing it to everybody. Yep. And of course, isn't that the moment that Angela comes in?
Exactly. Like, has her top up, boobs, turns around while her shirt is still up to see who's at the door.
Doesn't think about putting it down. Nope.
I know.
Like, freeze frame.
Freeze frame.
Freeze frame. The next scene is Angela driving Mare off to the
Oh yeah.
outside of the movie.
Because
He's
now
out.
Mare wants to go home.
Yeah. And she says, even though you did a cheap, disgusting act of exposing your breasts,
Ugh.
I really don't think you don't know any better.
Like, how insulting.
Yeah.
Oh,
your breasts are filthy. Your breasts are dirty.
put your dirty pillows.
It's just David Cross saying, put cloth on those things. Well, so she's like, oh, and she goes, well, all you have to do is ask, forgiveness. This is what she says to Mare. Mare's like, I ain't doing shit. And so Angela's like, okay. So she like starts, getting in the back seat to try to grab something. She's like, what are you getting? She's like, go ahead.
No. I was just, go ahead.
No. And she goes, oh, what did she say? What are you getting? A gun? Oh, a gun? She goes, no, I'm getting a drill. She pulls out a fucking this drill and then just like drills into Mare.
Oh my god, it's so good. Gives her a good drilling.
Yeah, she does.
Like I said, I didn't take many notes.
I next note I have is, did they actually do anything in this camp? I see it just a lot of sitting around.
Yeah. Arts and crafts. But there's an announcement the next day. Several things have gone missing.
Yes.
TC's like, like someone's sure, someone's sweatshirt, 50-foot rope.
Yeah.
Various power tools.
Yeah, the actual like
car battery.
Yes. And of course, 4 bras and 3 jock straps.
That's right. Yeah. And a partridge and a pear tree.
And then Molly somehow, I can't remember what happened. Does Molly like kind of not talk back to Angela, but doesn't she say like, leave me alone or something like that? Because I just wrote, Molly, don't piss her off. She's going to kill you. I can't remember what she did.
No, I don't remember. I don't remember anything like that.
But Molly does go to have a goes to Angela to have a heart-to-heart about Sean, because she's like, it
was Allie. Allie was like, I hate you. Like, don't pretend to like me. I hate you.
Oh, yeah. I wrote
to Molly. And Molly was like, man, like ran off and was all butthurt about it, and then goes to Angela and they're having a heart-to-heart about it.
Yeah. And
Angela's basically like, dude, Allie's a skank.
Yeah.
She's a total skank
it.
monster.
You're good. Yeah.
Right.
Skank monster. I mean, I know we are like I have no, like, we are being totally judgy. We're being movie judgy on this person.
Right.
I mean,
not
personally, just because that's what the movie's telling us.
It's
the movie's telling us
magic.
To be judgy. Yeah. Movie magic. Believe that this chick is a slut. I mean,
movie magic makes us more judgmental.
Yes. But then we also, because I think part of it is like you're supposed to be judgy, just because like the opposite is right here is where Angela says, I'm still a virgin and I'm proud to be one. And so she's also the fucking killer. So
yeah. Right.
I also wrote, that's because you have a dick and it's the 80s.
Right.
But I guess she doesn't. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how far the surgery went.
Reassignment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it wasn't it like the late 70s, I want to say.
Well, I think it's interesting because my next note is, and I didn't put 2 and 2, because I thought the late 70s. No, this is the 80s.
No, I mean sexual reassignment.
Oh, they were doing that in like
late 70s, I thought.
Oh, I mean that's what the Danish Girl's about. That's
yeah.
And that was like 1910. But my next note is, we aren't wrapping Pamela Springsteen's breasts. I mean, like they mentioned that in the first one they had to wrap what little Felissa Rose had to make her flat. Here, and that should have been my trigger in my mind going, oh, so it's not an urban legend. She really did get reassignment surgery and does now have breasts, because coming up we find out that the Tit Patrol got a picture of her breasts too. So she must have had the surgery.
Not bare, but they got a picture of her like in a bra.
Did they show that scene?
The picture or the
No,
scene?
of them taking the picture. Yeah, of them
No,
getting it. No, okay.
no.
Um, so some of the boys are putting together a plan to scare Angela. This involves painting a hockey mask and putting together a Freddy glove.
I loved this. Mwah, chef's kiss for so many reasons. I
This
loved this.
is Anthony, and I don't know what the other boy's name was.
Judd.
Judd. Okay.
A couple of boys dress as Freddy and Jason and try to scare Angela. Super cute.
Yeah, because they're putting this together. This is like when we were mentioning earlier about like they're putting these together like during arts and crafts. Well, they're all doing the like put your hand in this box. This is like someone's like intestines, and this is their hair, and this is a teenager's brain. Yeah.
What is that actually? It's teenager's brain.
Loved it. And so the next scene is where Angela comes across the tip patrol. Is they're like going reviewing all of their wares, all of their like their hot picks that they've snapped, and then she confiscates them, and the one kid goes, "Oh no, you didn't have that picture of Angela in there, did you?" He's like, yeah, and they both just look down. They're so shit.
This time she actually does take it to TC.
Who CC goes, got some nice tits.
I know.
I was like, okay. I mean,
and he was like, I'll deal with it. Just it's whatever.
Don't send anybody home, okay?
I know.
Because she keeps saying they should go home. They should go home. I don't exactly know what the end game for her is. To have
the perfect camp.
Oh, okay.
The perfect camp of campers, just like her. Mm-hmm. Where everybody's super happy all the time.
Yeah, and who doesn't swear.
Yeah.
Doesn't have sex.
And it's just like her.
I was thinking about that.
She's trying to build a camp just like her.
Is it? Oh, I mean, are they okay if they're married and then have sex?
Probably.
Okay.
As long as they're not fraternizing. I would think so. Yeah, it's a moral high ground shit.
Mm-hmm. So these outfits, though, these two that you were mentioning, Anthony and Judd, they're so bad. That makeup is so really bad.
Yeah. But Angela finds out that they're trying to scare her.
Because TC gives her like a heads up, like,
oh yeah, at that moment,
pretty aware of what's happening tonight.
Right. So we come up on Anthony and Judd dressed as Freddy and Jason. Mm-hmm. And who comes up to them?
Well, somebody with a chainsaw.
This so is good.
I love the what happens after.
Yeah.
It's not a visual medium.
Did you think was that a Michael Myers mask?
No, that was Anthony's face.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah. So
much cleaner, by the way.
Right.
Which how? Anyway.
What happens is Judd's like, I'm rocking a wicked piss. So I'll come back and when you better find your, because like Anthony had lost the glove. He's like, you better find your fucking glove before I come back. So as he's still looking for this glove, she finds Angela finds it. All we see is just the glove coming up again. We know it's Angela, but still. And this bitch is sharp enough that it cuts his neck. It slices his neck right open. Pretty good cut. I like that effect. It was decent.
Yeah. And he did like spit out blood, like wow, when his head went back, he was like, ah. Bleh.
Yep. And then she definitely takes his face, and then is the ultimate Leatherface.
Yeah.
And then kills poor Judd.
Yeah.
Poor Judd. And then she comes back to the because all the girls are camping out, or they're out around the fire.
Yeah.
Eating giant hot dogs. She's like, "Then you got the giant hot dog," and one of the girls,
like, oh.
She starts fucking like going to town, like on this hot dog.
Sure is.
And then here comes Angela with the skin face and the chainsaw, and they're like, "Oh my god, that's amazing! That's so cool! How'd you know?" And they're like, "You like kind of like, oh, it's so cool. We didn't know you were this cool." and yeah, because as she throws the face off, it's real thin and it's cut like
Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah, it was pretty
You're like,
cool.
oh, it's really bloody.
Yeah, and she's like, Where's Allie? Well, Allie's got cramps, so she's in the bathroom.
Oh, does she now?
Yeah, but
Cut
she
to the
doesn't.
bathroom.
I
Allie's getting
yeah.
it.
Oh, I love that they're like hardcore moaning, and they don't even have any clothes off at this point.
I know. I
Um,
expected to find the mid coitus, and then I was like, oh, they're still just messing around.
yeah.
Nope.
Well, he does do the gentlemanly thing and starts to go down on her though. I was like, in the
Tries to. That was barely close.
yeah, that was like
And did you see when
he's
he
making out
tried to
with her
like pop
abs.
back up and she shoves him back
I
down?
was like, you go, girl. You know how this
Yes,
works.
get it.
Get it. You gotta prepare the scene. You gotta prepare this. You gotta set the scene, baby.
Exactly.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Foreplay. Oh my god. I have to tell
Prepare
you.
for landing. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And you have to
Mm-hmm.
make it a smooth landing, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Did I ever tell you about the my boyfriend's gonna kill me if he ever listens to this. Did I ever tell you about how um
Should I pause this recording?
no,
Okay.
no, this is hilarious. He told me the story. He tells the story all the time. Um my boyfriend's mother caught him with a porno tape when he was a kid,
Oh,
like 12
uh-huh.
or 13.
Yeah.
Like but basically what happened, he was framed, right? Because there was somebody else that had the tape. Isn't that always the story though?
Uh-huh.
Somebody else had
Uh-huh.
the tape. But he's like, no, for real. Somebody else. I was the only one with a VCR in a certain room or whatever. So all the boys came over to my house after school to
I'm
watch it.
sorry. Why do boys watch porno together?
Because that's the only way to do it, I guess, at that age.
So, but no one's
They're
like,
willing to see anything, anyhow.
so you'll just have to memorize, like remember, like burn it to your brain, so that way when you're alone, you can whack it.
Yes. I don't know. So, of course, his mother caught them, threw all the boys out, and
So,
then made my boyfriend watch it with her.
ew!
Uh-huh. So to this day, he does not watch porn.
Yeah, that'd be traumatizing.
I know. I was like, holy shit. He's like, I know. And it was like, there was one point where like this guy is dripping hot wax on this woman's breasts. And she's like, that is not how you treat a woman.
Well, I mean, I guess for that, that's good.
And, and she's like, a woman needs at least 45 minutes of foreplay. At least.
Well, you know what? Maybe this is actually not a bad idea.
Look, I'm a very lucky gal. That's all I gotta say.
But maybe that's a good idea. I'd be like,
Look,
these are bad, because honestly, you see so many
look at the
articles.
porn that most of the porn that like the porn at the time was probably okay, but a lot of the porn now, I would make my kid watch it with me and be like, "This is fucked. This is messed up. That's not how. I mean, this is supposed to be consensual, and
Well,
whatever, you know what I mean."
there have been articles, like, especially I know there's been listicles on BuzzFeed, and I've seen a number of them where it was like porn versus reality, and it's a lot of things like,
Right.
this is what I thought, that you had to have sex in every fucking position
Right.
to actually finish, for it to be a sex. It's like, no, you don't, it doesn't need to be, and also doesn't need to be like, 45 minutes either. Like, it doesn't have to be, it's okay if it's not, every position, every round, and everyone is like by the end, because you're gonna there'd be so much chafing.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And dehydration. You'd be fucking dehydrated. Like, you wouldn't. I mean, all these sweating and yeah.
Marathon sex? No, thank you.
Yeah,
like,
no.
Every now and then, like, sure, an extended play is great, but especially when you're with somebody for a long period of time, 5 minutes in and out, and you're good.
Literally in and out.
Well, not,
but
like maybe 10 minutes, but you know what I mean? Like, to beginning to end, probably 10 minutes. Like, if you know each other's buttons and know each other's bodies well, seriously, then it's like we split and you're done.
Well, and I think this is like in and I hate to go into the romance side of it, but in romance novels now, we joke, co-host and I, we joke about like, we actually have a database of different sex positions in books, and as like a Mr. Skin for books, and and we say we're not really putting anything down with like going down on someone, because that's given, that should be happening. Like
That's pretty basic. Like,
yeah, that should be like
thank you.
Step one, you go down on her,
Right?
get her ready to get space jammed.
Right.
Anyhow,
We're just warming up.
yeah, lubrication. Anyhow,
Yeah.
so yeah, so
You want a smooth ride? You gotta,
grease the wheels.
Thank you.
Mhm.
What were we talking about?
So Allie,
Allie's getting it.
Yeah, and so Angela decides to bust up this happy humping, and she tries to get in the door. Well, first she's trying to get her chainsaw going. She's like, I'm just gonna come in and chainsaw both of them.
Yeah, I guess.
And the chainsaw doesn't work, so she's then like, the door's locked to the bathroom. So she finally is like, hey, Allie, get your ass over here. And Allie's like, I've got cramps. She goes like, sure you do.
Sure you do. How about those cramps last week? And then Allie was like, it runs in the family.
Yeah. But then she also looks down at Angela. She's like, that blood looks like ketchup. I was like, oh damn.
It's not ketchup.
So she goes, Allie's, upset because she's not getting, she's not gonna get sex. So she leaves, and oh wait.
Oh, the next day she tries again.
No, she doesn't just try. She succeeds.
Does she?
She does, because I wrote, so she finds you come across her.
She was being sarcastic when she was like, that was great.
Oh no, I mean, I have to say, as a damn girl got hers, I thought that was one of the best, the more realistic fake movie orgasms that I've seen in a while.
Yeah, true.
The sex scene between Allie and Rob was actually with Valerie Hartman and an extra during shots showing her nude, since the actor playing Rob was only a minor during the filming.
There you go.
Yeah, they show close-ups of Hobbs in the movie.
He was pissed.
yeah, I'm sure he's like, what? They show close-ups of Rob in the movie, but they were shot separately. He wasn't present while Hartman was naked. He joked during an interview that he really wished he could have been there for that. Yeah, no fucking shit.
No kidding.
You got this gorgeous woman writhing on top of you. Could have been writhing on top of you. You were only just a little bit older.
How lucky is that extra though?
Right?
Like, I'm 18.
We put it, well, maybe it was a lady. Who knows?
Who knows?
On this documentary that I watched this week called Skin, The History of Nudity in Film, they do show you a lot of how some of those are filmed, especially if it's like a woman riding and you're looking at from below. It's most of the time it's the cameraman she's riding.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so they can get it from below. But not in this case. I mean, it's farther out, so it had to be somebody that was laying there. But it was hot. But then she gets up and kind of ruins it because she's got her underwear on still. I was like, how did that work? She gets back to her the cabin, and there's a note from quote unquote Sean.
Oh yes,
saying to meet him at the abandoned cabin at
somehow
5 o'clock.
Angela knows that. Well, maybe not somehow. Angela knows that Allie's totally got a hard on for Sean.
Yeah, because like Molly has intimated a number of times that like, Allie likes him too. So, and that's what she's like, come on.
And Allie's more experienced than she is, and Angela's like, dude, you don't need to have that. That's probably why he doesn't want to be with her.
Right. Your father's Martin Sheen. Come on.
Get the right.
So Allie goes up to the abandoned cabin and dumps out that, oh, there's Angela. And Angela literally stabs her in the back. But then
a couple times, and then shoves her down the shitter. I loved this scene.
This is great. Although because I was like, is there a worse way to die? By drowning in a
no. I would think not. Nope. No. Drowning in that with a bunch of leeches and excrement. Sure. Nope.
Nope.
No. And mud. Nope.
Nope.
So that was cool.
I wrote like, so does Angela just go from camp to camp like some murderous Johnny Appleseed killing all the wayward campers?
Oh my God.
Just like do like one down. We go. That's this next one.
I know, because um then we get back to her main cabin, and Demi is kind of telling Angela about how she tried to call Phoebe and tried to call Mayor to kind of see how they were doing
And
after
the
they
Shope
were
sisters too.
and the Shote sisters after they were quote unquote sent home.
Mm-hmm.
But all of the people who answered the phone, their families and parents are like, no, they're still there at camp. What the fuck? And she's like, I just thought that was weird. And then Angela breaks her guitar string off of her guitar and comes up.
I love this scene because she's going around the cabin and she's like, she takes her, Demi's
she's
still
trying
talking
to find something
to kill her with. She picks up like this radio and she's like trying to like pretend like, would this
like, is this heavy enough? It's
work?
Not blunt enough. No, not that.
Picks up a hairbrush and she's like, and then she brushes her own hair and continues going. It was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
A+ for this.
Oh my God, it was so. And then this other chick, and I don't remember her name. Sorry, character. Comes
Brooke,
in.
I think this is Brooke.
And it's like, what the fuck? And like, what? And Angela starts attacking her, and she's like, what did I do? She's like, you'll tell.
Yeah. And so she gets stabbed also.
Oh God.
We get this really interesting slow-mo flashback dream sequence from Angela, and it's her singing Happy Campers. I don't exactly know what this was for.
Maybe guilty conscience.
Maybe. Or just like, here's a montage of what all happened in this movie.
Just to catch you up.
Here's kills 1 through 13.
Oh my God.
So at the same time, Molly has come back to the cabin before this, and Molly tells her like, Angela tells Molly, it's just down to us. And she's like, what do you mean? She said, I had to send everybody home. And like, the fuck?
Right.
So, and then what ends up happening is that Angela then gets fired by Uncle John for sending all the campers home.
I would be pissed too.
Yeah. And so Molly knows that like how depressed Angela is, and so she goes to see Sean and asks Sean to go with her.
Topless Sean, right? Very early in the morning.
Yeah. And like shorty shorts and no shirt and
sexy time.
Taking a second.
Wow.
And so he's like, can you come talk with me? Can you come with me to go talk to her? Because I want to talk some sense into her, or like try to like, see how she's doing. So they go out to the abandoned cabin because that's where Angela hangs out. Angela hangs out at the abandoned cabin, just singing Kumbaya. It's great.
Right. And literally, and like nobody catches on that maybe that's a little creepy. It's fine.
So they're sitting there talking, and Sean's just like scoping out like the outbuildings and stuff. And he goes up to the actual like abandoned cabin. He's like,
yeah,
what's in here? And she's like, nothing, it's locked. He's like, no, it's not. And he opens the door. And there's all the bodies, all the fucking bodies that she's killed, splayed out in different like, positions, and there's candles burning, and
because why are there always candles?
I would say smell, but probably not. I don't know. All I know is,
are we setting a mood?
We're setting a scene. There was also flies buzzing the whole time.
Yeah. Because you've got several
dead bodies
dead bodies, plus
in the Georgia
one
sun
that came out of the shitter. So
in the Georgia sun, the Georgia New Jersey sun.
And that heat.
Well, before Sean goes in the cabin, Angela and Molly are talking, and I can't remember exactly who. I think they're talking about possibly TC, but they're talking about how so doesn't like Angela, and she's like, he reminds me of a boy I knew at that age. He didn't like me much either. I drowned him. And like Molly has no like reaction to that. She's just kind of like, oh, she just told you she drowned a boy,
right?
And FYI, she cut his head off, but that's okay. I mean,
and
so going back to Sean gets into the cabin and sees all the bodies, and then in comes Angela and beats him with a stick. And we then cut to, don't we cut back somewhere else, right? Oh, TC looking for everybody.
TC looking for everyone, and Rob tells TC where they've gone.
Yeah.
They've gone to the abandoned cabin.
Because then we flash back to that. Both Sean and Molly are tied up. And Sean looks like he has thrown up on himself. Because he's got vomit all over his front of him, and he's got vomit in his hair.
Yeah.
We don't see that, but it's like, well,
oh, we did.
Did he throw up?
I did. Yeah, he did. That must have been another commercial break.
I was like, how am I missing shit? I could also be writing notes and not paying attention.
Because as soon as he went in the cabin and saw everything, he was like, ugh, and like retching.
Oh, okay, got it. Let's see. So then, as these two are tied up, she's gonna like start making food for him.
I know. Isn't anybody hungry?
And this is where we get this long, like, okay. The first is TC comes in through the cabin, and Angela throws the battery acid from his battery. Oh my on his god! Face. So peace out, TC. TC's out.
Yeah, I knew this car battery would come in handy.
Now it's time for lunch. And so she's trying to feed both Molly and Sean these like looks like peas at some point. I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
But this is where we have her villain monologue.
Yes, I was gonna say she starts monologuing.
Mm-hmm. Did you write it down?
No.
I did my time. Every kinds of therapy, electroshock, plus every kind of pill you had ever. And she's only done 4 years in prison, by the way.
Yeah, in a mental hospital.
Mental hospital, yeah. Like because she was too young to be in prison.
That's it.
4 years. Plus,
she was a minor at the time.
Yeah. Plus every kind of pill you've ever heard of. Plus an operation. I'm completely cured. If I wasn't, they wouldn't have let me out. And Sean's like, well, my father was one of the ones who arrested you. And I can tell you what he said, you know, how he was acted the day you got out of jail. And she's like, well, wait till he hears about what happens to you, and then beheads Sean. All right, hot guy. Damn it.
No.
Gotta add him to the shirt.
Yep. Yes, we're making a shirt.
Yeah.
Well, Ray, the lovely and talented Ray, is creating a shirt of all the hot men that have
gone too soon
over these movies. Gone too soon over these movies.
So then she's like, I'm really gonna try to feed Molly because Molly needs to eat, because even if you're sad, you still need to eat.
I know.
I was like, the fuck, lady. And she's like, speak of the devil, look who's on TV. And they look over and fucking she's put Sean's head in the broken television. I don't understand that part at all. It doesn't really. It's just a lot of like, here, wouldn't this gag be funny?
Comedy. Yes.
Wouldn't this gag be funny? So she's like, I'll be right back. And then she drags Matt's body to the cabin.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know where he was.
I don't remember Matt, so
yeah.
It's fine.
But at the same time, as she's dragging, it's a reason for Molly to be able to have time to be able to get out of her bonds, and which she does, because she's tied up with that 80 feet of rope or whatever.
Yeah.
And in fact, Angela goes, "Where's my rope?"
I know.
She got it in the cabin, man. And as Angela comes back in, Molly's waiting for her and hits her with the large branch and makes a run for it. I was like, no. You beat her until you see brain matter. That's what you do.
Right. Well, but Molly's the good girl. Molly's the good final girl. Molly's the good girl, and doesn't want to stoop to her level and kill her. Mm-hmm. She just wants to buy herself enough time to run away.
Get back to camp. And think with this like chase scene, which at one point they do intercept, and it is the weirdest thing that happens is somehow Molly gets the knife and Angela cuts her hand on it and then puts her hand on Molly's face and like presses. It was really weird. It was like I didn't understand.
It was strange.
It was very strange.
Molly then is able to somehow get, is it this point or the next point that she's able to get a hold of the knife and like cuts Angela in like the quad, like the upper thigh.
Here.
Yeah.
And then she kicks her.
Just to get away. Just enough to get away.
Yep. And the chase ends, unfortunately, with Molly falling to her death.
what we think is her death.
Well, yes.
She hits her head on a rock, and she she almost made it.
Yeah, she goes, if it's any consolation, you almost made it.
Yeah.
So then we get a shot back at the camp, and the short hair counselor is now finding everybody. She finds the tit patrol murdered, Uncle John's murdered, Rob, who has a jock strap shoved in his mouth,
I
hung,
know.
and and then she's stabbed by Angela. So would you say that was Diane?
Diane, yeah.
Diane, yeah. My next note is Molly's not dead, guys. She's not
Yay!
dead. Yay!
Sorry.
So she wakes up and starts wandering back to the camp. At this point, Angela is hitchhiking.
Oh yes, and hitches a ride with a fabulous Southern lady. I enjoyed
Oh,
her.
ain't no skin off my tits.
Those get off budgets.
What is the line that pisses Angela off to which she kills her?
It's something about I want to know who's screwing me or something like that.
I'm too dumb to drink and I'm too fat to fuck and I want to know who's screwing me.
Screwing me.
Yeah. I said, and she's murdered.
And she's murdered, right? And they happen to be at a train stop. They happen to be stopped by a train. So Angela's like, sweet.
I got this time.
Gives her some time to kill this poor woman. Meanwhile, Molly's woken up and runs off. She flags down an approaching truck.
Who's driving the truck? Yeah.
Angela in her new cowboy hat.
Howdy, partner.
And credits.
Yep. Cut to
Very
black.
nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's rate this bitch.
Okay.
Blood droplets, blood and gore.
Well, gore. I wouldn't. Okay, so because I mean, I keep thinking that fucking outhouse scene was really gross.
That's nasty, man.
I'm gonna say 2.
2? Okay.
Not a lot of blood though.
More blood than the first.
Which I said 1.5. So,
So
or I said 1. Yeah. Did I say
you said
2?
1.5. No, you said 1.5.
Okay. 2. I think 2's fine.
Okay. Okay. Spooky, scary.
Oh, 1. I mean.
Yeah. Same. Sex and nudity.
2. I said 1.5 before, so let's go 2. 2.
Yep. Same for me.
I mean, so many boobs. So
All
many
the
nice
tits.
boobs. Yeah.
All the tits, but no dicks. Come on.
Yeah.
Fun and entertainment. Cold Black Hearts.
I'm gonna go again with 3. I liked it. I had a good time.
Me too. Okay, 4.25. So let's round down to 4.
Okay. Okay.
4 out of 5.
4.
You think that's fair?
Yeah, I think that's great. So 3.5.
Wait,
4.
is Letterboxd out of 10 or out of 5?
5.
5. Okay. Yeah, let's give it a 4.
Okay.
It was good. It was fun.
I both enjoyed it. Yep. Awesome. Well, let's do some, since I always fuck this up and I always say recommendations earlier, I mean to say it now, recommendations.
Recommendation.
Mm-hmm. Do you have yours? Because I was gonna look up the names of the ones I had.
Oh, sure. I could do it. Mine's pretty quick though. If you have, first of all, if you're a horror fan, you really should get Shudder. It's what, $5 a month?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you get all the, like, if you're a fan especially of older obscure horror, this is your channel, man.
Mm-hmm.
I finished a 2-part docuseries called In Search of Darkness, parts 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
And basically it goes through like from 1980 to 1989. Both of them go through various horror films that have been made during the decade that are well known or even lesser known, but that have really strong cult followings. And they kind of do, it's like a talking heads thing, which I don't mind sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I do. But I loved this because, if nothing else, at least for our podcast, it gave me some ideas.
Yeah.
Like, someday I want to do an HP Lovecraft month. I think that'd be fucking fun. Stephen King and all that. So it was really good and very educational.
Yeah.
For someone like me that's still new to horror and stuff.
Awesome.
which is
I
on
can.
Shudder.
It's and there's tons of shit on there.
Yeah.
I thought I had two. I can't find the other one. But the one I am going to recommend. Let's see really quick. See if I can just maybe scroll and find it. It's on Peacock, and it is called The American Scream. And this is a documentary about three so the summary is residents of Fairhaven, Massachusetts show their Halloween spirit by transforming their homes and yards into a spooky showcase. And it's like literally three neighbors who are within blocks of each other. They
Oh,
put
that's
together
fun.
like backyard haunts.
What is it called?
It's called The American Scream. And it's like it's
And
in
what is it
very
on?
Peacock.
Oh, okay.
And so it's like varying levels of intricacy to their or professionalism to their haunts. Like the one main guy is like serious, like he spends most of the year getting ready for his.
Oh, wow.
The other guy, the second guy that they talk to, he's like a little bit more like he's into it, but not as much as I think the main guy is Vic is. And then there's this last guy and his dad who are like, I mean, I hope it's free. I hope no one's paying for it. Because
Ouch.
holy crap. I mean, everyone seems like very nice people. But it just is really, it's interesting. And Vic, what is really interesting about the main guy, Vic, is that he was when I texted you, he was raised by a Branch Davidian.
Wolves?
No, by a Branch Davidian. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So he never had any like Christmas, any like holidays or anything like that. And so
yikes.
like growing up now, I was like, hey, I'm gonna go all out, absolutely all out. It's an interesting. They do a 6 months after Halloween at the very end, and it's kind of it's satisfying but not. It's bittersweet.
It's also free on Pluto, Peacock, Tubi, Vudu, and Amazon Prime.
There we go. So it's almost everywhere. You can watch it everywhere. But it's really accessible. It's really good. I mean, it's
that sounds cool because my brother-in-law does. He does it up every Halloween. Halloween is his Christmas, and he loves getting like every year he goes to the Spirit Halloween store the day after Halloween. That's his yearly tradition, and he buys out whatever's marked down.
Yeah.
Whatever's left that's marked down and saves it for next year and puts it out. Like he's done dry ice before. Most of the time the climate up here doesn't quite work out because sometimes it's usually rainy and shitty on Halloween, which sucks. But he likes to have the spooky house, and I'm always there passing out the candy so my brother-in-law and my sister can go with the kids trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
And he's like, he always gets all these compliments that I tell him about later, that he doesn't get to hear them. And but all the adults especially are like, man, I love coming to this house.
Oh, that's fun. I always wanted to do that. That's always like,
oh yeah, oh, it's so fun. You should come this year.
Yeah, I mean, I was willing to put one up. Like,
yeah. No, I know you should. It's really fun.
Yeah, and all my
out like he's got like he just acquired a jumping spider, so that's like motion censored, and it like jumps out at there were a couple there was a family with a dog that was just like dog was nonplussed. It was not happy.
Peace the fuck out, bitches.
It started it didn't bark or anything. It was so cute. It just started walking back.
No.
Nope.
No.
It's like, dog, that is correct.
Yeah. You are correct, sir. Yes. There's another one I can't find. I'll find it for next time.
Okay.
But speaking of next time.
Yes. What are we going to do next time, Ray? Well, we ran into a little bump in the road.
Because we don't do research ahead of time to figure this shit out. So the only of all 5 sleepaway camps.
Yeah.
3 of them are available for streaming.
The first 3.
Yeah. 2 are not. And I can't even buy them from Amazon. No. So the DVD or anything. Not like I'd want to. And so instead, we are going to do Sleepaway Camp 3. I can't think of the name of it. : something. Teenage Wasteland.
Teenage Wasteland. Yeah.
And then we are going to do The Burning.
Yes.
Which I watched today.
I'm in.
So I'm gonna watch again.
Well, see, you're one down now.
No, and I will say, because I actually was going to recommend it tonight, but instead we will watch it and we will go through it, and it's fantastic. I really liked it. So.
I'm excited. I'm excited for it.
It's gonna be good.
So sorry we couldn't finish the series, but we couldn't.
Yeah. It wasn't like a basket case situation where like we were just like nope, and I bought it because I wanted to know what happened because it's so crazy. Anyway. Yeah, I could give two shits about what happens in Sleepaway Camp 4 and Return to Sleepaway Camp. I'm good. Right. This is part of the saga I'm not going to lose sleep about not knowing the end of.
Right, exactly.
So,
we'll be fine.
I'm sure Angela kills a whole bunch of more people.
Yeah.
Coolio. We know Pam Springsteen is in the next one, and she's in Return, I think. And then Felissa Rose comes back for 4. For Teenage Wasteland, I think. But again, don't care. But it sounds like to me that Ween is going to watch that Judy's Return to Camp video.
Again, if I can find it.
And so we'll have to have her give us a little review of that next time.
I don't know. If I can find it, I'll do it. But what the hell? I'll try.
All right. How do people find us?
Oh my goodness, so many ways. Just Google us, for fuck's sake.
Go to our website, which is boozeboobsandblood.com. Our email.
Yep.
Yeah, our email is boozeboobsandbloodpodcast. Oh, I'm sorry. Our website is boozeboobsandbloodpodcast.com. Our Gmail is the same, boozeboobsandbloodpodcast. All together, no spaces.
Twitter.
I don't know what that is.
Is at boozeboobsblood. Instagram, 3B Podcast, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And Facebook, B3 Podcast. TikTok, Booze Boobs Blood Podcast. And Letterboxd?
That should be on there too, isn't it?
I don't have it.
Okay. Well, I think it's Booze Boobs Blood. I believe that's what it is.
I mean, it's some variation of just.
Yeah, just search for us. You'll be able to find us.
Please email. Feel free to email us, or tweet us or whatever. Any constructive criticism or critique, or suggestions. If there's any movies that you want us to review, please do. Or any like themed month ideas, feel free to send it our way. Like we talked about before, we've been talking about a Stephen King, H.P. Lovecraft. We've also talked about a kids month, doing like kids or movies that were scary when we were kids, like The Witches or Coraline. So if you have any ideas that way, send them our way. Send them my way.
And we're also gonna have we're gonna have a couple like I'm trying to think, not drives, but like a couple what's the word I'm looking for? It's late and my brain can't work right now.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later, but one is going to be like, to get Ween to watch She's All That, but that's okay. Starter to get Ween to watch She's All That,
which is scary for me.
Yeah, and I said that I would get a horror themed tattoo for a certain level of donations. I get to pick it. We're not gonna have someone
not gonna do one of those.
You should get Freddy Krueger's dick on your arm. No,
we're not doing that.
No, I will. It will
be on your body the rest of your life.
Yes, so it will be, decided. I have veto power. But if you
absolutely do.
But if you have suggestions, you can definitely give those to us too. Yeah. So we'll put that up on the website very soon. We have a YouTube also. If you search for us on there, you can watch any of our episodes. We have our commentary for the Chainsaw Awards video is up there, so you can see our beautiful faces. Yeah. Coolio.
Awesome.
Well, how do we end this thing?
Later, bitches. Oh my god, I'm tired. Fucking Corona. Fuck Corona.